Yo, 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 yo. We are in the building. The Comic Hall crew is coming through. Special guests on the show tonight. We got Hialeah in the building.
What's up, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are here. Brother Al is in the building. Brother Chris is sipping on that yak. And we got Brother Puff in the building. G-Man is already out the gate. What's going on, brother? We got you got to make sure you locked in tonight because me and Hialeah are gonna tell you about this Heroes Con, brother. You got to come down here, man. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight, everybody?
Doing great, man.
Good.
This was unexpected. You just decide, hey, let's do a live stream tonight because
technically it's actually time to do one.
Normally we go past 2 Saturdays before we do the next one. So
well, me and Al won't be able to do it next week because we're gonna be partaking in some re-ups and Q. So
nice.
And watching some folks get screwed up in Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, next Saturday is Brick City Comic Con, so I was expecting to come home and show some books, but there'd be no show.
Yeah, he gonna just wait. He gonna just wait the next year. He gonna Oh my goodness! All right, fellas, we gonna get right to this thing. Got the order change around just a little bit here. Let me get everything here. Here we go. All right, cover price top 10 this week. We've got a couple of new entries here.
Already too much Spider-Man right at the bottom.
Man,
Spider-Man has been rooted on this list for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Spider-Man India, number 10. One that threw me for a loop is this Transformers. I'm trying to figure out why it's this Transformers on number 9. Was Jetfire in that movie? Al, I couldn't remember if Jetfire was in there or not. I don't remember seeing Jetfire in that movie.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It was a plane in there, but I don't know if they named him Jetfire. But
hey, how many Ultimate Fallouts did y'all see at Heroes Con?
Oh man, come on, bro. That was
Hey, Sean, no lie. I saw a vendor and in one of the boxes that he had on the front, not even on his wall, he had like 5 in a row.
Yeah. You remember that dude we saw? That had like 9 of everything on the wall?
Yeah.
That dude had 9 of every book. Whatever book it was, he had 9 copies on the wall.
That would be a wall book. This guy had it in the book, in the box, right in the front, dude, that you just flip through. He had like 5 of them.
Yeah. Wow. That book is not rare.
It's not.
Amazing Spider-Man, number 10. First Spider-Punk at number 8. As Puff just stated, Ultimate Fallout 4, number 7. Now, I tell you a book that was actually getting a lot of attention. Hialeah, I don't know if you saw this, but I noticed this, especially on Friday. A lot of people were looking for the second print.
No, I didn't notice.
Yeah, a lot of people was looking for the second print. I was in a couple of booths, and I heard people come specifically ask for the second print, and people were actually buying that one. So,
and I saw those. And those were there because I saw those as well.
Yep. Make of that what you will. Number 6, The Sickness. Number 1. Number 5, Void Rivals. This book is still on this list. Spider-Man, number 7. Spider-Boy is still hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a few of those at the show.
Mm-hmm. We know what the next one's coming.
Yep, there it is.
I think I saw 1 or 2 of these at the show as well.
Yep.
Come on, you don't not 1 or 2. There's have to be 100 of them, man. There's so many copies of those books, man.
Right.
they went in dollar bins for years.
I'm gonna be straightforward. To be honest with you, Sean, I was not looking for the book.
I know they were there.
Right.
Hey, it might have been up on the wall, but I wasn't seeking it out.
Dude, they were probably in the boxes, man. That probably wasn't even a wall book.
They should just be giving them away.
Exactly.
Oh, you bought 15 books? Have this.
Yeah.
Coyote's number 1. Number is 2. I heard this was actually a good story.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I've heard.
I should cash out on something. Going for that.
Has it been an option for a show or a movie or something?
Yeah, I
There's
mean,
rumors. Yeah, there's rumors about it.
What's that Greg Horn She-Hulk number one?
I was gonna say, can anybody explain to me why this book is number one? And what is this? What's going on here?
I mean, I think it's a minor character appearance in there that
Right, like it's somebody's
that
first
day.
year. It's my guess.
Yeah, but I didn't think it would be. I can't remember the name of the character because it wasn't even that important to me. But
If you're paying $135 for this, I got a couple of books for you. If you feel like you need to pay $135, please consult us. Please inbox the Comic Hall crew, and we will provide you with a list of 15 quality books that you can invest $135 in.
Yes, sir.
All right, next up, CBSI Top 10. Honorable mentions this week: Luna Snow, number 1. Young Jun Cho, 1 in 25 variant, $80. On the right hand side, pissed me off because I actually saw this book at the show. I actually pulled this out of the box, and I was like, "Damn! I knew I should have got that book when I saw it." Youthful Romances, number 11. I know exactly who had it. Shout out to Harley Yee. Man, $1,600. Nine on the census. But that kind of tells you what the quality was at Heroes Con. When you hear me say I was pulling this out and putting it back, so that tells you all you need to know. Number 10, The Sickness, number 1. Number 9, we know why this is on here.
Number 1.
Amazing Spider-Man, number 15. Remo.
Oh man!
Remo is in the building.
Hey, Remo saw his Johnson brother co-host on here. He's like, I need to jump.
You know, nah, man. I came down or something the last couple of days, so I was
Man.
I'm gonna be able to come on or not. I tried to thug it out last night, and it was brutal.
I saw you last night, man.
It was brutal.
Mel
Man,
B.
good
Hope you
today?
feel better, man.
Yeah, get well, my brother. Get well.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
We know why number 9 is on this list. Craven the Hunter, the blood of the lion. Did y'all see that trailer? Can we stop right here? Can we pause right quick and we'll come to that? What was that trailer, Chris?
That trailer was one step away. Have y'all seen the Idris Elba movie called Beast, where he fights the lion out there? All right, then. That Craven trailer was one step away from being that movie. Like, it just made no sense. Like, the blood of the lion, that's what you're really going with? Like,
No serum, no nothing.
Altered Beast.
man, he's got the heart to
Rise from your grave.
Right, like that's exactly what I was thinking too. Like, rescue my daughter.
Hey, I hit it again.
Rise from your grave. Shout out to you.
Yeah, that trailer was, man. I didn't expect a whole lot when they said Craven was going to be an animal lover in the movie, but I don't know. I guess I expected slightly more seeing that trailer. Like it just,
It's like an origin story movie, right?
yeah.
That's a great
I
comment,
would have rather like go back in time like 20 years and just have Russell Crowe be Craven
be
because
Craven.
he sounded almost Craven like with
did.
him portraying the father. I'm like, damn, that's Craven right there.
Yeah, that trailer was putrid. I mean, I can only imagine. Woo.
I think they're trying. I'm not gonna. I mean, poo it, yeah, but it's like, at least they're trying. You know what I mean? Like
Remo, they trying to
I know,
maintain
man.
that
I'm
Spider-Man.
trying to give them something, like, because you can tell they want to use like Marvel situations, but I don't think they really understand that part of it.
And
I don't know how much they can use. You know what I mean?
I like the frustrated sports fans saying, why are they trying to humanize these villains? Like,
Yeah,
I
and
want
that's
to see them fight Spider-Man because they're villains.
but that's the thing. It's like you're given an origin story, so you're trying to make us sympathetic for somebody we know already is an evil dude throughout history, like throughout the whole.
Yeah.
It's not even like any soft spot for him. He's a killer. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it though. I mean, I'm not mad at it, but they're gonna kill him off. So I mean, it's like,
So he gonna pull that shotgun like he did in Craven's Last Hunt and end himself?
and that's what I'm saying. So if you know the end, like, you know what I mean, like this is the story you want to tell up to that point. Like,
I can tell you right now, he is not gonna kill himself at the end of that movie.
no. I'm saying like,
You might if you go see it.
you know what I mean? Yeah,
Dude, I'm
basically.
excited about the Rhino, man. I'm more excited about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Tell that story.
Yeah.
So is he gonna get his powers from Rhino blood?
Rhino poop. He's gonna
Right.
So at least they're introducing more characters than just Venom.
right.
Radioactive rhino poop. He gonna step
Right.
in it and it's gonna seep through his skin.
Yeah, it's gonna come up.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Doc Ock. I mean, I saw that as an easier person to introduce before you did Craven, but I mean, hey.
We already got him in what No
No
Way
Way
Home.
Home.
So
But I mean, like a better version. Like that version is terrible.
I don't know if I
Hey,
want
man,
him.
that's the same actor who played him in Spider-Man 2. He was great.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to see like at the end of the Spider-Verse movie that it was going to be Superior Spider-Man. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I would gladly welcome Superior Spider-Man with Doc
You know what I'm
Ock in
saying?
the body and doing everything. Like, I'd watch that movie.
That's what I wanted to see.
All right. Number 9, of course, Amazing Spider-Man 15.
Hold on. Before you skip over, did you guys buy into the sickness?
No.
Nope.
No, I hadn't bought into that, man. I got a sickness, but it ain't from that.
Yeah, I'm sick too. But for the record, all those books are available on their website if you go on there.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like an interesting story, though.
Yeah, no, it is. But that's what I'm saying is for it to be on these top 10 lists, like you can literally go to the publisher's website right now and buy the book.
Just buy a copy.
Buy the 1 in 25s, the 1 in 50s, like all that stuff.
Okay.
Nice tip. Remo coming through with the clutch. Number 8, Something is Killing the Children. Number 1 is back on the list. Books had dipped there for a while, and now they shot back up. There's a few of those on sale at Heroes Con. I saw a couple of those.
Yep.
Number 7, Wonder Woman 7.99, the Raza Fall variant. 40. I like the little touchdown on that, but I'm not paying $40 to $50 for that.
And that's the regular cover A or B or whatever. It's an open order cover.
1 in 1,000.
Oh no, hell no! A 1 in 1,000, and they only want $50 for it.
1 in 1,000.
You see it right there, 1,000 right there. There it is.
That's
No, but I'm
ridiculous.
saying that's a steal.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah, it don't make sense at
Yo,
all.
comic shop
Especially
spend
this
more than
month.
that just to get that issue. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
like that's crazy.
They had to spend like $10,000 because the books are what, $5-6 a pop.
$4.99.
$6.99? Yeah.
Well,
No, I think they're more.
$7.99.
The foils are more. The foils,
Yeah, the fours are $5.99.
That's just creating the demand, dude. That's crap.
Mm.
The scarcity. They're creating the scarcity, dude.
no such thing.
Yeah.
Number 6, Coyote's number 1 second print.
That's what's up there.
Number 5, Street Fighter 6, number 1 Art Germ. 1 in 400.
The comics be going crazy for those. Boy, he be getting them. Those Street Fighter books.
Somebody mute your YouTube over there. I hear us on YouTube.
Oh shit! Hold on, that's me.
Silk number 1 second print. Peach Momoko 1 in 25. That is a horrible cover. 1 in 25 variant. That is a horrible cover.
I don't know what Marvel is doing with Silk. Like, they keep doing short runs where it'll be just like a super maxi series where it's only like 5-6 issues. But then they do the legacy numbers, and then when they start over again with a new maxi series, it picks up the story from where it ended before. So it's like, just give her an ongoing series. Quit with this bullshit.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about that character.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out why Tinkerbell's on the cover. Well, she got nothing to do with the story, nothing to do with the character, nothing to do with the publisher. But
She should have been in Spider-Verse. Then her books would have soared.
Right?
People would have cared then.
Amazing Spider-Man number 41. 6'5", 1100, 3'5", 375, 2'5", 300. I got one in the box back there. Anybody interested? Inbox me.
Like Hialeah said, though, that's what you're more interested in. And the movie's called Craven, and he's number what, 9?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shows
I'll
what
let you
people
know
really care
right
about.
there.
Yeah.
So Rhino's supposed to be in Craven?
Yeah.
Yeah. At the very end of the trailer, he says, you want to know who I am, and his arm starts turning.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's actually more comic accurate in.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. I think I clocked out because after I saw Craven stab and shoot people, I'm like, okay,
Yeah, right?
you know,
He was like Jason Bourne, right?
right.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly who it was.
No, we didn't like Mickey Mouse on that.
Not even a little bit.
Not even close, right?
No.
Number 2, Void Rivals number 1, 1 in 100 variant. $250. She-Hulk
Pass.
number 3, number 1 on this list as well. Like
And what's the significance of this book? Why?
So it's got something to do with Spider-Boy? What?
Oh, the character that is Spider-Boy.
I think it's just saying he Stein is just saying that this falls into the tread very lightly category. He's referring to Spider-Boy. Really don't put a lot of stock into this book. Nah, this is
it shouldn't be no expensive book.
Yeah.
I love how Void Rivals, when you read it, it tells you that it's one of the most buzzworthy books of 2023, and this is the first time I've heard of it.
It's Transformers and G.I. Joe.
All right, so this week, Secret Invasion debut. I had a discussion. It was funny because when I was searching just to get a picture of Secret Invasion, this article popped up here. Secret Invasion is the MCU Skyfall.
Now, I have not watched this yet. I'm
neither.
waiting for it to complete, so I'll just binge watch the whole thing.
Well,
only 6 episodes, right?
Yeah.
It's worth it, man. It's good.
It was good. I can't front, man. I was pleasantly surprised, and I wasn't even expecting much, and it was good.
I saw it today, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I know the opening has caused a lot of controversy because they decided to do AI-generated opening for it. The entire opening is artificial intelligent opening. They didn't have any actual artists to work on it.
I couldn't tell the difference. They did a good job.
I like that opening. The montage and everything. I like that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
The intent was for you to give you the feeling as you will get when you watch the show that you don't know who you can trust. You don't know exactly what's going on. That's what they were going for. But a lot of fans are just stuck on the fact that it was AI as opposed to what they were trying to do with it, which unfortunately is what.
Let me say this right quick.
You might want to mute right quick because I got to say something.
I'm going to say this right quick. Remo, you can have it. If they're complaining about that AI, I'll be more than glad to provide them with a copy of Masters of the Universe.
Dolph Lundgren.
From 1980, what was it, 87?
Yeah.
80.
I'll give you one better than
that. About that, I can give them that.
I'll give them the Justice League TV pilot.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let Remo say what he got to say, and then I want to say something about the show. But
I was just gonna say real quick that the show, right? If that's the premise, it's hard to really trust anybody because you don't know who's a Skrull. Mm-hmm. Everybody's really trustworthy, right? Like off the bat, they were just like, "Okay, Nick, okay, glad you're here." Boom, 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 and I'm just like, dude, you don't know if anybody on this screen is really who they say they are. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like as soon as Talos walked up, they were like, "Oh, Talos," and then he changed it. I'm like, you don't know. They could have been a
Skrull.
You know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
It wouldn't be a show though, man. Everybody be just shooting each other.
But that's what it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be able to trust anybody. Like literally,
that was the whole point of Secret Invasion in the first place. You know, the Skrulls invading without being known.
Okay, so what are you saying? So when Talos comes up, she was supposed to shoot him?
No, what I'm saying is like she just assumed that it was Talos because he presented himself as
She
such.
should have been sus.
Yeah, I would be sus automatically, like, okay, like, yeah, but you don't even know I'm who I am, so why are you telling me all this stuff?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And it makes perfect sense. The only thing I would, if they did that every time two people meet in the show would be freaking 20 episodes long.
No, I get it. I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying that was a little something in it that I was just kind of like, I get it. You don't have enough time to really character build to make it be like that, but if I was going to go into it as what the story's supposed to be, hell, I don't trust anybody on the screen currently. You know what I mean?
I agree with you. You're right.
We all could transform.
Yeah, right? I mean, because that's how it was. You're seeing that guy, and you're like, wait a minute, he followed 6 different people.
It'd be like the ending of They Live when the girl's riding the dude, and then next you know she sees him for who he is.
Exactly. Yes.
You don't know what's going on.
Oh, you shot him. Okay, I guess you're a good guy. Like, no, that don't mean shit.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say people complain about AI, but I will gladly send them copies of my Godzilla collection from the Toho era from 1967. So people are going to complain about any and everything, and even if they did it like non-AI-ish, it's always going to be somebody to complain. I mean, of course, we're going to talk about it from the topic tonight, but
man.
I like this show. I mean, and this is one other thing too. I'm finna go on a slight tangent. I've seen people on the internet trashing the show. It's the first episode.
Yeah.
Give it some time to gain traction. Give it some time for them to actually world build. Because for most of the MCU shows, the majority of them, the only show me and Matt talked about this earlier, the only show that actually came out the gate guns blazing was Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Man,
every other show has had some type of pacing to it, and they're trying to give you something else aside from pew pew, Viper beams and all that kind of stuff. They're trying to give you a show that, like you just said, Remo, who do you trust? Yeah. To quote Stone Cold Steve Austin, don't trust anybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the whole motif of the show. So you can't expect them having a show about espionage and who is who and what's going to happen next with people, transforming into the Abomination, because that doesn't actually fit the narrative of the show. But I think it's going to actually, it's a change of pace. And I mean, it actually, to me, harkens back to, Captain America Winter Soldier, which happens to be my favorite MCU piece to date.
And inspiration for Secret Invasion.
But at least inserting those characters so they exist, so that if they were to go back and say, hey, this person was actually a Skrull, you'll be like, I wonder why he was, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that was exactly what, I get that. So I'm not mad at it. I enjoyed the show. And like I said, I'll probably actually go back and watch it again. And I usually don't do that. But just because I want to kind of, make sure I saw exactly what I saw, because there was a lot of like quick things you could miss that I'm sure are going to come back later, and you'll be like, wait a minute, I thought he was, whatever, so, but it was definitely good. I enjoyed it.
I watched it twice, and just to, piggyback off what you said, Remo, I saw some things the second time that I didn't see the first time.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Al, you actually hit, that wasn't even a tangent, Al. You were actually on the topic of the show tonight, right? You were spot on this. We can just go. You were on point with the topic, dude.
Man, that's been
social media.
Right? Oh my god, we can get let's get to the rest of the show, man. Let's get to the rest of the show.
But I do agree with you said. Like the first episode, everybody wants to already. I haven't heard too much trashing of it, but what I'm saying is like you'll always find something wrong with it. You know what I mean? If you want to find something wrong, you'll find something wrong. But I think it was a really good, good story to start, and how they did it. I think it was cool. So I mean, I'm not mad at it at all.
I mean, the Skrulls are an ingenious way for the MCU to retcon whatever they want to retcon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a scroll. It was a scroll.
I'm here for it.
It was a scroll.
Yeah.
I'm here for it because there's some shows they need to retcon, boy. Because
I mean, in that vein, so is the multiverse. They can easily just recast
Exactly.
and be on a different Earth.
yeah.
Exactly.
They got the opportunity here to do something. Disney and Marvel with the MCU has the opportunity to do what they did before. When they came out with Iron Man in 2008 and everything else that followed, Marvel changed the game on how the world viewed comic books as a medium and comic book movies in general. Now they're at the end of their run. Here we are 15 years later, 20 years later, 30 some odd movies, a million TV shows, and they have the opportunity. They've set themselves up to be able to do it again.
Yeah.
They just got to handle it right.
Or
Yeah.
fix what they might have done wrong.
Yeah.
That too.
Hey, the perfect way to just get rid of Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. Just say that she was a Skrull the whole time and,
Right.
and just turn out.
And that shit would be believable too.
And that's how come she couldn't make no facial expressions because she was a
Right?
How she was so stiff when she was throwing beams and stuff.
That's
like,
why she couldn't smile. Skrulls don't smile, so they don't have the muscles for it.
All right. Next up.
Can't hear the audio.
Well,
Jesus, all the Marvel legends. I'd be
hold on. Yeah, let me see if I get this thing right here, man. Damn.
Already, I'm looking forward to next year, man. I was jealous of Haile and Steve. I knew something was funny when Steve was asking me in the message, like, is Matt gonna be at Heroes Con? Is the crew gonna be there? I was like, I know Matt gonna be there, but I don't know about the others.
Bro, I found out Steve was going the day before, but he was already asking me, so where you staying at? And what time you get in there? And what are you gonna wear? And what's going on? And what you want to get?
And antennas went up, right?
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
What's up, Steve?
What's up, Stone Cold?
There he is. Precisely.
Dude.
I don't hear the audio, man.
Hey, we got closed caption though. That's good.
This con is like nothing ever.
While he's talking, we just go ahead and get to it, man. Let's just cut to the chase. So let me tell you. So this year, Heroes Con, I had another buddy of mine, John Mayo. Shout out to you if you're watching. John Mayo was like, "Hey man, Matt, we got to go to Heroes Con this year. We got to go. They say it's the one to go to. You know, you missing out if you don't go." So I said, "Well, you know what? I'm going. I'm gonna go ahead and go this year. I want to travel this year." I said, let's make it happen. So get up there. I leave out Thursday morning. I leave out early. I think I left at 3:30 that morning. So I could stop off, get breakfast, which I will advise. If you do not, you need to make sure you eat before you go to this show. I'm just warning you now. Make sure you get you a nice breakfast or lunch before you go to this show. Because
You don't want to stop to eat after you're there, bro.
Yeah.
You don't want to stop to eat.
Might not have the money to.
So
Might not have the money.
I get there on Friday, and I walk. It was kind of funny because I walk up, and now Al, you know how it was when we went to the show here at the Dome, and you went and you saw the line. People got it, how we checked in and everything like that. So I get there, and they said, "Well, go check. Go check in, what have you." So I check in and turn around. And I say, "So this the line right here to go in?" They said, "No, that's it over there." And I look, and this shit is wrapped around the building on the outside. I said, "Oh shit!" So I just go find a chair, and I said, "Well, hell, I'll just sit down and let everybody else go in." So finally get in, and when I walked in, and I went down the escalator, man. When you go down the escalator and you cut that right, it's like some shit you ain't never seen before, man. If they say
the heavens open,
bro, it's the closest thing to heaven that I've seen in real life. I'll tell you that. That's the closest thing I've seen. I went in. The first thing I saw was this booth, man. Brother Harley Yee.
Yeah.
Right out the gate, it was wall-to-wall comics. Wasn't no fluff, wasn't no anime pops, wasn't no no ticker tape, one nothing, no somebody sitting there drawing Sailor Moon, none of that junk. It was absolute comic book nirvana. I cannot put it into words. You go to one booth and you dig in and you say, shit, what else am I missing? So then you leave that booth, you just leave it. You just walk away from the booth. Say, you know what, I'm going to this next booth. You go to the next booth and you're like, damn, I done hit the jackpot. And then you walk to the next booth, but you see a booth before you go to the booth that you were going to. Then you got folk bumping into you, man. They're like, bro, do you believe this? And these, everybody who's looking, these are collectors, all your true collectors at this to show your collectors at. And everybody looking around and they saying, bro, do you see this? And then you see folk pulling out, what you looking for, man? Well, I'm looking for such and such. It's over there. Books were alphabetized. Hallelujah. The books were alphabetized. You could go look right there. Hey, man, I'm looking for Fat Albert. Well, he's over there in the F's. I'm looking for Rocky and Bullwinkle. Oh, it's right there. I'm looking for Archie, Volume 2. Issue 16 is right there. You can just pull it up. It was like, I couldn't believe it. And then you look at the prices. The prices. Books were priced to sell.
Yeah. The majority of them were. The majority were
priced. Yeah. You had some stands. Now, you always going to have some stands at these shows. You had one cat. Hardly, I can't remember. You remember the dude? You remember that dude we walked with after y'all saw me and we walked by the guy? Him and his crew had on all black shirts. They were all black shirts and jeans.
Yeah.
That dude, he probably sold 3 books all week.
Hey, hold up. It was the NWO or something?
Yeah, he looked like the NWO.
I think it was David Roberts. They're usually notorious, as far as I've seen, for being overpriced, and they didn't have a lot of business. But there's a guy, the guy he's talking about, that guy's been at all the cons. Sean, you know who he is. It's this tall white dude, black hair, kind of stocky, talks fast.
Yeah.
All his books are in Mylars.
Yeah.
And he'll talk up his book, and that guy never sells anywhere. I don't know how he keeps doing these shows, because there's never anybody on that guy's booth.
Man, I'm telling you, you have to do 3 days at this show.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't do. I was there from 11. Well, I got there at 10, but I was there from 10 all the way to the books were coming off the wall. I was there when folk were packing up. I did not. Well, I was like, man, we got to close it now. We got to shut it down at 7. This don't end at 10. You know, Dragon Con, Chris. You know, it'd be 10, 11 o'clock. They still be up in the room, but just
still
like, yeah, I mean, it was just deal on top of a deal. Books that you heard existed, but you had never seen. You saw them.
Just a myth. It's an urban legend.
Saturday, I get there. You know, Saturday, this was my plan Saturday. I'll tell you what my plan was Saturday. So I was going to go and do video for the channel. I did some video, y'all. I couldn't quite get a lot of it, but I did some video. But I was going to do video, drop off my books. Shout out to the dog. And I hear a voice. And I said, in my head, I said, that damn voice sound like Steve.
There's Matt.
And I heard there's Matt. And I said, who the hell is this at this show? I turn around. Hialeah and Steve, Stone Cold Steve show up, man. Knock my damn socks off. Just blow me.
We huddled in a big old hug.
I'd have passed out. I had to revive me on the floor. I had to deny the ambulance, so I didn't get charged $1,500. You know,
bro, we were jumping around like the end of Major League. Like we were
5-year-olds, bro. We were like the Mighty Ducks there.
Yeah, the Mighty Ducks, the Triple D, baby. We was looking like the Triple D, jumping around. And
I'm sitting there jealous, like, damn, Steven Highland, Matt first. And he's supposed to be this when he come down.
Yeah, and we were turned up, turned all the way up.
Me and Steve, when we saw you, we were like still like in that Dorothy stage, when she gets to Oz and she just doesn't know what's going on. That's how me and Steve, we were just like, we were just wandering, and you had your back to us, and Steve goes, that's Matt. So I tapped you, and then guys, I gotta say, dude, Sean,
Bro, hold it up there.
We've known each other, like we've known each other our whole lives, bro. And it was we were inseparable the rest of the day, dude. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Bring that back. I want to go back to what G-Man just had up there.
Tito.
No mind. Tito, what's up, brother? G-Man, the golden age at that show. I mean, Halil stood with me as I went through these boxes. He saw it. he saw me going through these go, and he just like, man, this is amazing. He said, I don't know what it is, but this is amazing. I put G-Man, I saw Mask. He'll know what I'm talking about when I say this. I saw Mask, Tomb of Terror, Chamber. I had Chamber of Chills in my hand. I'm gonna tell y'all, be transparent. I nearly bought Chamber of Chills this weekend. And anybody who know that book is expensive. The books
with the glass, yeah.
Yeah. You remember I had it. I told you I was like, man, I'm thinking about it, man. I'm thinking about going back. I had to pry myself off of it, man. But the books there that they had, man, these were top grade books. Now the funny thing about Saturday was when we were going through some of them boxes, and High Lee was seeing them slabs at bargain basement prices, and he was just like, I don't believe what I'm seeing. He said, these are slabs, man. Look at these prices.
Yeah.
Dude, it was nuts. I the first day I only bought 3 books. I didn't buy a book until like 4 or 5 hours into the con, because I was just looking and trying to see and soak it in. And guys, I gotta tell you this too, man. It's not like you're fighting over people to get to these books, to look at the books. There's not a ton of the people that are there. They're collectors. There's not a ton. Well, everybody there is a ton, but dude, there's so many people selling. There's so many booths that it's never crowded. You don't gotta fight. There's nobody trying to get to see what you're looking at and none of that crap.
I heard that the spacing in that place is amazing.
Amazing.
We were whispering. What you said, Holly? We were whispering in the car. You could hear. It was like a library.
Sean, you know, man, MegaCon, you can't hear nothing. You can't walk, dude. I was like, guys, we're whispering, and we could hear everything we're saying. There was no music. It was just quiet. You just heard people talking. Normally, nobody shouting. It was Oz for comics, bro.
You know, let me throw this in there too, because I know Al and Puff and Chris, they like to go to artist booths and stuff like that. The artists,
oh my goodness,
organized. It was peaceful. Wasn't no fighting.
Man.
Chris Claremont had a nice line.
Nice line. But when you say nice line, you're saying maybe 15, 20 deep. That's not an outrageous line.
Yeah, 15, 20 deep for Chris Claremont.
Yeah.
4 people. I saw 4 people standing in line. Only 4 people standing in line for Steranko on Friday.
When we got there on Saturday, I saw the Steranko line. It was maybe 10 deep. That was about 11 o'clock. Me and Steve came back around about 2, 3 o'clock. Dude, he was just talking to the people handling his stuff. There was nobody there.
Yeah, it was a sight to behold, man. And he had prints and stuff, man. He had all kinds of stuff on his booth. People had, just all kinds of goodies, man. It was there. Anything. It was just so peaceful compared to what I've seen, like at Atlanta Comic Con, where you have complete bedlam. Dragon Con. Dragon Con is another one where
Madhouse.
Dude,
trying to get people.
This is not that place, bro. It's so freaking chill. It's like the thing is, it's so many books, bro. It memorizes. It's like I'll come back for this, and you forget about it because you're already looking at something else. It's Sean. You remember what was that the one that we went to? I think it was in Ocala. Was that Brick City? That we went 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's the one that's coming up this coming Saturday.
Do you remember that? You remember all the pop vendors that were there? And
we was looking at all the pops.
There was less of those at Heroes Con than there were at that Brick City.
Yeah. So Halil, you would say what was it? Maybe 8, maybe 8.
Maybe.
And that's on the high end. 8 pop.
And there was a few comic vendors that had a couple of pops and all that, but strictly pops, strictly action figures, dude, they had them to the side, and it was maybe 8 to 10 total, and they were almost away from the comics. So it was just a comic booth after comic booth after comic booth after comic booth after comic booth. There was one T-shirt.
I was shaking his head, man.
There was 2 T-shirts. I know there was a Lego table, one Lego table, and then there was people selling their art, and those were like where the artists were, and their goods and whatever. I think I saw one of those sword ones, dude. It was. There was only 2 places to eat. The food's not bad, and the burgers weren't bad, and they were cheap compared to MegaCon. You could eat there for $8 to $10 compared to MegaCon that is like 20 to $25. So ridiculous. And there was only 2 of those vendors with the food, no lines. I mean, the line me and Steve got the first time we got in, it was 5 deep, and the second on Sunday I had to wait 2 deep. So it's not like you're fighting lines, man. It's
the most. And from I talked to somebody going into organized. I'm gonna call you just a second, Al. Yeah. I talked to somebody Saturday when I arrived, and the guy was saying that the show has grown each year. So apparently it was smaller, and then now they've moved into this venue, and everybody's like, "This is how it's supposed to be done." It's spaced out, and like he said, it was peaceful, man. You weren't bumping in the folk. Listen to this. I know this might not be big to some folks, but I'm gonna tell you like this: bathrooms were clean.
Oh man.
Clean, bro. No hassle, right? It's not like you're standing there in line. You just walk right in. No big deal.
Yeah,
that's a huge thing.
Yeah, and by the way, G-Man being funny, they have fried chicken. Yes, there's Bojangles right outside the building. literally right outside the hall. You can go walk to Bojangles. Bojangles is right there before you walk in. So if you want to get you a chicken and biscuit, you get you a chicken and biscuit. Or Starbucks, right there.
Hey, Matt, you know how people talk about the cons too? The funk, the body funk?
Yeah.
No body funk, bro. Nobody. I don't think it was because I don't know if there was or if there wasn't, but I didn't smell anybody because I didn't get close. It's like you got
you didn't have to be, right?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it was like people were nice. If you were looking for something, man, they would look for it for you. If it was a book, hey man, it's have you seen this book? Yeah. It is right here. Okay. Take you over to it, show it to you. Boom.
I got one. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, the vendors, man, like I said, you had like 1 or 2 jackasses, but for the most part, vendors were nice, man. And
hey,
go ahead.
Did y'all stay at a vendor? He had such great books that y'all was there longer than you should have been.
Not really, Sean. Not like what we've done. Not like what we've done. That we just stay at that one vendor. This one, it was like you wanted to go to you wanted to go keep on moving because you didn't know what else you were gonna see.
I think we spent, Al, I'm gonna come back. I'm coming circling your way, Al. We spent what? Maybe 10, 15 minutes tops at each vendor.
Tops.
You had to come.
That's some few and a lot fewer, man.
Yeah, because you have to when you go. You have to kind of, so it's like you're walking and you're thinking about, well, what don't I have that I could be looking for?
Yeah.
And then you run over and see if it's there. And if it's there, you take.
You look at the wall. Does this interest me? Okay, no. Great booth, just not what I'm looking for. You keep on moving. It's crazy.
Then you could spot the one cat that was the variant master. You could spot him away. The one that's the 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000, the one that dude had whatever the hot book was the last 6 months was on his wall. You can go now. He can have it.
Yeah, we just kept on. We didn't even look at that. We didn't even stop. We just kept going. We just keep going.
Al, you want to speak there, brother?
I just want to say, just based on what you said and based on what Holly just said, it just sounds like it's just a well-oiled machine, and that there are people that are over that event know what they're doing. That's what it sounds like to me. I told you and Larry the other day, I go, man, I want to go all 3 days, man. I'm not kidding. And when I get there, I just want to lay somewhere in the floor first and then just take everything in and then get up and start digging. And I would like to say this too. I would like to be able to see a lot of the people in the comic community. Remo, that would be a good reason for you to come down, man.
You got a whole year to plan, Remo.
Yeah.
G-Man.
I know. So here's the thing. people were telling me about Heroes Con. Like you guys mentioned it, but like I heard from so many other people that said like that's the best con to go to when you're actually digging for
Simply
books.
Incredible, who sadly he
Yeah.
couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quest for Legends. Y'all, you met him.
Yeah, we saw him. We saw him.
Yeah, Nate,
and a lot of
Trial by
people saw
Gods, like he's from there originally. He was like, dude, he goes back every year. Like he was like, if you're looking for books, he's all you go there, and that's what you go there for is to actually
Yeah, and you go prepared. You go prepared because it's not
have your list and hit it.
Yeah, but look, I planned it this year. I wanted to go last year. I planned it this year because it worked for my wife, but I had to con her into it. You know, I told her we're gonna do a little road trip. We're gonna do these stops, but these 2 days are mine.
Yeah.
I had to con her, you know, and dude, she's dying to go back, man, because we had a blast. She had a blast as well with Steve's wife. We went out to dinner. So she's down to go again. So I already looked at the dates. It's the 14th, 15th, and 16th next year.
Yep, already booked. Yep.
So yeah, I'm already looking into the booking. I'm doing planning our next road trip. So I got to get that set with her. But yeah, dude, it's gotta be a yearly thing, dude. It's a yearly thing.
It was an eye-opening experience, and I said this off air, and I said now it changed the way that I'm going to collect getting certain stuff going forward because the deals that I saw, especially for me on the Golden Age side, which is unbelievable. How Leo saw it? He saw me pick up a couple of books, man.
Hey, Steve took that picture of you with the books.
Hey, those booths that we were there the longest, it was because Matt was, in action. He was doing his thing, and it was a beautiful thing to watch, bro.
Matt was over there getting it in, huh? He was like, hold on now.
He was working this one guy, bro, for a good 30 minutes. And it was the one that you got the girl, the blue chick, the girl face.
Yeah.
And dude, he worked the guy, and it was a thing to see, man. I super enjoyed watching Matt doing his thing. And every booth we went to, or after every I thought I was gonna stop, man, but I can't stop. I gotta buy it. It was like I'm done, and then we go to another booth or two booths later. It's like, oh man, I've never seen this, and it's like, dude, I'm still like goo goo gaga. I'm pinching It was just insane, man. It was just insane.
It's like you're on Dream Street. I told Larry this week, man, I was depressed. I was flat out. We got about. I started thinking yesterday. I said, "Damn, this time last week I was at the con.
I did the same thing."
I was like, "Damn, I was enjoying." Why? You go to these things, man. And it's just and you go to con after con after con. We all sitting here talking about. You go and it's like 5 vendors. And you walk in, it's the same 5. You see them every damn time. You know that you can see them 6 months later. The book's still the same. The next 6 months when you see them. And you go into this, man, and it's just like unbelievable. You see books that I'm telling you, you have heard they existed. You have seen them on your Kikolet app. You looking at you like, damn, that book, and you go there and it's sitting right there, and you can buy it. That's the thing about it. You can buy it. You can see the book,
and you can buy it.
Yeah, you can buy the book. That was the crazy part, is that you could see some of these books, but you could put your hands on them. I told Al, X-Men 9 and a 4.0 for $325.
Hey man, stop talking about it, please. I'm just like,
you don't want to hear it. Nope.
I'm just
playing.
Remember the dude had X-Men 1? What was it? It was like a price that if it wasn't too bad for what it was like maybe 10 grand at the most.
I think he wanted 11. He probably would have came down, man. And you brought it up when we first came backstage. I regret not getting that Iron Man because I've been looking around, and that was he had an Iron Man 1 and a 5.5, and he had it for I think $500. That was a good freaking price, bro.
That's a good deal.
That was a good deal, and I didn't jump on it, man. I didn't jump on it.
That was priced to sell.
It was priced to sell, and I didn't. I meant to go back, and it's just. I saw other things, man. I had my budget, so it's like I wanted these 2 other books a little bit more.
Yeah,
but it was priced to sell.
That would have been an impulse buy, but it would have been one that, like, if you were able to do it, it would have been one you would have looked back and said that was actually a deal.
Yeah, no, it was a super deal. Okay, you guys know Jim Boatwright, right?
Yeah.
So he's a big creature from the Black Lagoon. So there's a Jughead that has the creature from the Black Lagoon coming up out of a swimming pool, right? I was looking for it for him because that's a book he's told me. I always know that's his grail. I didn't see it the first day. So the second day, Matt, like I was saying, I started going and finding other vendors, and all these little side vendors had big books.
Yeah.
Bro, I look up and he had it, dude. Right there. 4.0. I didn't get it because
that's a steal.
Yeah, and that's a good price. I know he would have came down, but every book pretty much was there. It's just insane, man.
I got a book. I got a book. Unfortunately, it's at CGC right now. I bought it and I sent it straight to CGC from right there. I got 4 books that I bought that's sitting right there. But one of them was the book that I thought that I would never, and I mean this, and I'm not saying this bullshit pulling my leg, but I thought I would never be able to get that book, and I was able to get that book at the show, and that just exemplified to me. That sealed the deal for me. That this was the show that I'll be going to from here out. The only other show I heard that was just as good, if not on par with it, was Baltimore Comic Con.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I heard about Baltimore. They said is the one, like that's the bigger version of the Heroes Con. Like.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stick with Heroes Con, man. Because Matt, did you have any complaints?
Nah, I didn't have anything. The only complaint I'd have is it's not long enough. The day it should be from 10 to 10.
Yeah, I don't got complaints with the hotel. All the food I ate was freaking good food. The service, people being nice, the people, telling you where to go at the con. Hey, come this way. Super nice. I would have a quick conversation with them. It was a joy to be there, man. It was,
the amount of community members that was there was
crazy.
It was like there's so many people there.
It was crazy how many people were there. It was so cool, man. And I didn't really partake with them because they had their groups, and everybody's got their groups and they already had their plans and all this. But I got to meet them anyway, and dude, it was, you guys know Jigs Kingdom?
Jigs Kingdom, yeah.
Bro, he came up to me on Sunday and dude, we kind of like Matt, we hung out for like 4 hours, and a lot of the time it was just us talking about life and what's going on, and we even sat down because we were tired and we weren't even looking at. We didn't pretty much look. Me and him didn't look at books. We were just talking, dude, and it was awesome.
If Al, I'm coming to you because I saw your hand up. I'll say this: if any aspiring person wants to put on a comic book show, take the blueprint from Heroes Con, and you will be successful. They had just booth of comics. It was just just anything you're looking for. You had one guy, all he had was trades. You remember he started trade paperbacks. If you look for a trade, he had it. There's nothing but trade paperbacks.
And those things is worth money too. Like, I mean, those are scary.
All the creators that were there as well, man. There was no animation. He did the voice for this, did the voice for that. There was none of that. It was just comic book create. It was amazing, dude. Honestly.
Pre-Code Horror, G-Man asked about Pre-Code Horror. Man, it was
every booth pretty much had Pre-Code Horror.
Yeah, Pre-Code Horror as far as eyes. Matter of fact, if you hold tight tonight, you'll see one. I got one. Pre-Code Horror was far as the eye can see, man. It was moving, man. I called Rico. I don't know if Rico gonna hop on that or not, but he'll tell you. I talked to him, man, for about 4 hours Friday, and he said, Matt, I was showing. We was on video call, and I was showing the books. He said, Matt, you got that at that show for that price? And I was like, yeah. I said, that was there. This was at the show. These books, man, I know on my end were priced to sell, and I just it was mind blowing, man. Al, go ahead, brother.
No, I was just gonna say, man, that X-Men 9, that's of course, for those that don't know, that's the first time that the X-Men and the Avengers meet. And that book is actually a very sought after book because of that. So for that price, for a graded 4.0, that's a very good deal. And chances are he probably would have come down a few more dollars on it too.
Yeah.
They probably would have.
X will be joining soon.
And 4.0 is an excellent grade for that book.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Price point, everything,
So, people. Shout out to Luther if Luther watching tonight. Luther texted me. He texted me on Saturday. He said, "Hey man, do they have a lot of Silver Age there?" I said, "Bro, you." I said, "You be a hall heaven, man. I mean, that's all the Silver Age, and most Silver Age. I mean, whatever Silver Age book you wanted, it was there.
Yeah.
Whatever book you wanted. I mean, you just name it. It was there. I saw it. Just about any. I can't recall not seeing a lot of. Man, all this Blue Adam talk. Do have Blue Adam #1 graded 9.6. I think he wanted 324.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Blue Marvel.
Blue Marvel.
I think I showed it to you. I think I showed you that one.
Yeah. Pennies on the dollar. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just in a box. I wasn't even on the wall, man.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one you pull out. You were like, man, look.
I pulled out. I go, shit.
He's like, look at this, just sitting in the box. Just
sitting in the box.
I mean, it was crazy. It was absolute crazy, man.
Guys, I know it sounds like we're exaggerating, but we're not, bro. I was in awe for a good couple of hours, dude. It was just
I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
I didn't know what to do with myself, dude.
Sean, let me throw this out there, Sean, and he'll tell you. Guy had a whole box of Vaporillas half off.
Yeah.
The Warren magazine.
Warren. He saw it.
Yeah.
I told Ali, I said, Sean, I have a stroke if he saw this.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro.
Hey, just in the box, just sit out in the open. Nobody looking at it, nothing. I said, Ali, look at that box.
Yeah.
I said, Sean would have a stroke if he saw this.
Like that booth where you got those the Golden Age books.
Yeah.
They had like 2 layers. It was like one layer, and then it was like a mold.
It went out. Yeah, it's like.
But all the front was all Golden Age books, and Archie's. It was just all and some Silver Age. They didn't even have Browns in that booth, and then it was the Golden Age and all the other stuff, and then they had the really big books in the back. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. I've never seen anything like that.
Somebody. I'm not sure somebody said I can't remember, but if it's a book I regret not getting, it was Vaporilla 1, because that was actually one of the books that was on my list to look for. But I was so excited, I forgot about it till I was riding back down the interstate talking to Alan Larry. I said, "Damn, I didn't get Vaporilla 1."
You forget, man. You
So
forget because something else catches your eye that you weren't expecting to see.
It's like you got to go to Heroes Con with a plan to get those main books on your list and not get distracted by the other books that you like.
That's why you gotta do all 3.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like with the Iron Man was one of those other books. It's like
that was one of those other books.
For that price, you got to consider it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're not going to.
And I did, but then something else caught. 2 books that I have been after caught my eye, and I go, I'd rather spend. I really want these, even though it's a good price. I'm gonna get a good price on these as well. Maybe not as good. But.
So when I went to Short Box a couple weeks back, and Ninth was actually looking at a guy had a Iron Man #1, and it was I think it was a 5.0 or a 5.5. It might have been a 4.5, but he wanted $900 for it.
Yeah. I looked today or the other day, and that's about what they go for, man. And and we know this vendor. It was Marvelous.
Marvelous Comics?
Yeah. He had an X-Men 1 for $11,000, and he had the Iron Man 1 for $550.
And didn't Steve get that Guardians?
And that's when we first got to it, and Steve got the Guardians. Yeah. He had a good booth, man. He had some good booths in there.
And I bought a slab off of it. Off of it. Sure did.
I should have gone back. I've almost felt like DMing him. Hey, man, is that offer still up? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I would. I DM'd a bunch of people later and was like, "Hey, you still got?" Most of them say they don't, but I mean,
Hey, man, how was it seeing Dave?
We talking Dave from Dave, our Dave, world famous Dave. Oh man, it was great to see Dave, man. The funny thing about it, I took Halia and Steve over there. But they got ramsacked by everybody else that was around. They were like, "Well, we'll come back to Dave." And Dave had everything half off.
Yeah,
his was half off. Well, he go to catch though. He go to catch. Now, if Larry was around, he start laughing. That's actually an everyday deal with Dave. So his store, everything is half off automatic. So,
Right.
but still,
Is that
I
the one
mean,
that he had the daughter or the young girl there?
no, that was TNT.
Okay, TNT.
Yeah, that was TNT Comics there. Yeah, they were there. Yeah, you're on mute. But yeah, they were there.
You know what I said? But,
Yeah, TNT Comics were there. Yeah, they were there.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
They were
think
there.
I bought my first books. I bought them off of them.
Earl Pearl was there too.
Oh,
Tom
Yeah.
was there. Tom and John, they were both there.
playground.
Yeah.
Hey man, Earl the Pearl.
Yeah, Earl Pearl was there. Yep.
Now, if,
I ain't even take
he was
Holly.
there,
I ain't even take Holly over there. He
Bruh.
was in the outlet.
Earl the
That's what
Pearl.
it time.
That ain't his real name. That's a nickname Matt gave. But Earl the Pearl.
No, that's what everybody called him now. That's what everybody called him, Earl the Pearl.
Earl the Pearl. That dude. Hey, the last I'm gonna put my business out there. The last time we went to, because he actually comes up to the Atlanta Comic Con. Because we have two shows. We have that old whack ass Comic Con, Atlanta Comic Con. That's the Walking Dead simulator.
Yeah, we talking about the one at the Georgia Dome, by the way.
The one at the Georgia
Everybody
Dome. But then they have a comic show at a hotel. Is it the Marriott, Matt?
Yes, the Marriott.
It's four times a year. Matter of fact, they got one next month in August. But this guy, Earl the Pearl, Matt goes to him like all the time whenever he goes. Man, when I saw him, I didn't go nowhere else. When the last time we went up there together, I didn't go nowhere. That jungle action that I got you, Sean, it came from Earl the Pearl. I pretty much blew my wad with Earl the Pearl. So I know if he was at that Heroes Con, it was some high caliber vendors at that con, man. It had to be.
It's crazy. The little side vendors have massive books, bro. Have massive books. It's it's crazy.
You want a Hulk 181? You can find them in abundance.
There's some people that have 3 of them.
Yeah. Giant size X-Men, $2,200.
Yeah.
In like a 6, 7.
Wow.
Yeah. Price to sell.
People trying to make money.
Definitely what no museums up in there, right?
No museum. There was one, like I said, it was one dude that had a museum, and everybody talked about him, man. Because I talked to being a vendor, talked about that guy. They said that dude ain't selling nothing. I said, no, he want to show off his collection for everybody to see it.
Yeah.
Hey, look at my wall. Look at my nice wall.
Yeah, but that was Metropolis. Dude, they had a glass.
Yeah.
Bro, they had a 9.8 FF48. They had like they had a Batman 1, 2 Batman 1s. They just had insane books with insane grades, like in the 9s. I mean, these monster books, and that was all in a glass case. They play with the big boys, but
yeah. Oh, that's the thing too. There's one cat named Anthony, man. Shout out to Anthony if you're watching, by the way. He had a bunch of original art.
Mm-hmm.
That was it was just original art. I mean, the stuff I saw people buying from over there, man.
Yeah, it's just flip through it. You flip through it. He had it all in the front. It's crazy.
I mean, I'm thinking about Rico, man. And Rico had a field day. He went through and saw all that original art that was over there, man. I mean, it was just a sight to behold. It was a sight to behold. And then you look at even some of the art vendors that were there, like the folks that sell like prints and stuff. I even bought some prints, and I don't never buy stuff like that. Y'all know me; I don't buy no art prints and stuff at no show. Nothing against nobody that does, but they're just not my style. But man, they had some good stuff. Yeah,
I bought prints, dude. I bought prints.
Yeah, I mean, it was just everything was just done right. And it looked like what they've done is they've listened to people's feedback over the years and they applied it, and you could tell.
It is.
And I asked Hialeah about MegaCon. He said him and Dave said this. And Dave definitely said this is that you could sit MegaCon over into this con. You could just pick MegaCon up and just sit it right over into it, and it still would be bigger. And like I said, I had never been to MegaCon. I could only go by what you guys say, but I know Dave was like, "Yeah, this is way bigger than MegaCon."
Dude,
It's from what y'all say, it's better than MegaCon because MegaCon is overcrowded. It's too much nonsense you got to sift through. You know, even the comic book vendors is shrinking almost every year. Like this year's MegaCon, it's like I'm trying to get to where all the comic book vendors are, but they have so much garbage in between the comic book vendors now. They're not even putting all the vendors within the same structure. There's too much nonsense in between the comic book vendors. So it's like, you know, this show strictly comics, nothing but comic vendors. It's like this is the type of show I want to go to.
Yeah, it is. If you want a true comic book show, this is the one you go to. And I heard it. I thought it was cliche.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you hear people upselling stuff. One of the guys that run it, he's at the Atlanta Comic Con at the hotel show. I talk to him all the time. He's like, Matt, you got to come to the show. This is a true comic book show. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, you just trying to upsell your show. I didn't get a chance to see him because he was so busy Saturday. But when I see him in Atlanta, I'm gonna tell him, brother, as advertised. And I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell you something too. Throw something out there. A lot of vendors avoid this because they realize that they have to come in there. You have to compete with people's business because, hey, buddy, you don't want to sell it. You got 60 other people in here that's ready to go. Mm-hmm. Yep, you can walk right over there and get the same book.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
In some cases, 60% less than what the other person charged.
Yeah,
and that's a beautiful thing, people.
There are a lot more willing to bargain, bro, and to come down. The competition is real, bro. You could
hear it all the time. Hey, man, is that price firm? You just hear somebody else. Hey, are you sticking with that? Make me an offer. Somebody put it in the cell phone, they flip it over. Yeah, I can do that. You take PayPal? Yeah. And next thing you know, you see somebody walking off. Well, hey, that was another thing too. We didn't. Not one person, not one fool was there talking about cash only.
No,
not one fool.
No. You're 100% right. That's like a big thing at the cons. Bring cash. That wasn't really an issue, man. They were gonna bargain regardless if you had it or you're gonna pay with the card or whatever.
Holly, you remember when I got them 2 big books and the dude said, "Well, hold on, let's figure it out." Yeah. And we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
and
they made it happen.
Yeah, and we got the book. Yeah.
And they made it happen, dude. He had to talk to the other guy, and then he came around. They started, and it was like, okay, we got it. It's good.
Yeah. People were there to make deals, man. They wanted your money.
I feel bad, man. I got a couple of things. It's like I should have gone lower. I should have. That's the place. That's the place that you go and you know
go low and you start feeling bad because
how you don't want to offend or whatever. You know, that's the place. I'll be ready next year because I kind of did it on one book and I was like, shit, he still agreed so fast. Right. I could have gone down another $50.
Man, I mean, you figure if people want to sell books, man, everybody has their low point, you know?
Yeah.
That's the place you go to and you don't worry about offending somebody with a low ball price. You just give the low ball price and you work up from there and it's not a problem.
Remember when I got them 2 books, I told the dude, I said, can you do this? Mm-hmm. And I said, well, if you can't, then it is what it is. But I'm going to ask just to see if you can do it. And that brother said, hold on. Let me go talk. He went over there. One dude said something to him. He started laughing. So we thought it was, oh, man.
We thought it was off. We thought it was off.
He walks around to the other side.
He came around.
Yeah. And the other dude came back and he said, you know, we're going to make this happen for you today, my man. He said, if you know, you know. He said, if you know, you know. Done, signed, still delivered, books delivered to CGC. I will have a nice haul when they arrive. Al, go ahead, brother. X, welcome.
Hey, man, it's just funny. What's up, X? It's funny what Remo and how he said, because aside from actually like not buying a book and regretting it, one of the other regrets I've had before is I've been in that same position. I've gotten a book, it was a real good price, and then I leave. I'm like, golly, man, I wonder if I asked him like $30 less, would I have been able to get the book?
Yeah, would that have been offensive, right?
Man, that's one of the worst feelings to get after. But you already got a good deal on the book.
Right.
Like, dang, man, I probably could have got another $35 off this book, you know. So
I got a book here, man. I got a book that I'm gonna show tonight, man. This one cat. Let me tell you how people was, man. Like if you be digging through a box, right? And then somebody be looking, because everybody looking at you while you digging.
Right.
And I pulled this one book up. I looked at it, and the dude just leaned over, man. He just leaned over. He leaned over like this. You won't. He said, "You let that book go back. It won't be here no more this weekend, man."
He put you on notice.
That's a salesman right there.
Oh man.
I said, bro. I said, you right, man. I'm taking this book right now.
Even if he slides it out and puts it away, you know, it ain't gonna be there because I should have.
I have done that to somebody before. And Larry tell you, that time I bought that hook when we was at the show in Atlanta, man, and that dude said the book, it looked like a 9.0, it looked like an 8.5. I said, I don't give a damn what it looked like. I'm buying it. If you don't want it, I'm buying it. And I ended up buying that book. So I was like, you know what? If I put this back, I'm going to kick myself. And it was already a book that I had missed out on before. And I said, you know what? Scratch it. I'm just going to have to go ahead and get it. Go ahead, Al.
And that happened to me up when we went to the Atlanta, last time I went to Atlanta Comic Convention, because they had the first appearance of Vixen. And dude had it for a real good price. And I said, no, I ain't going to get it. And then I changed my mind right before we got ready to leave. And by the time I got back around again, it was gone.
Yeah. That the show like Heroes Con will make you think really hard about certain books. If you see certain books, you'll think about it and go, you know what? Because the magnitude of the show. I would also advise anybody that's going if you're going to get certain books, like, okay, I know for a fact I want these books, you got to go on Friday. You got to go on Friday. I can tell you that Friday, it was just like X when we went to the show, the Georgia, the show that time. And
last one.
Yeah, when nobody went there and you could go around and get what you want, it's the same thing because people working on Friday or either, kids, vacation, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Saturday is all hell breaks loose. I mean, you got a crowd of folks, you got all kinds of stuff going on. You got the scavengers, they there trying to get the keys. Now, I don't know about Sunday, so let me ask you this, Hialeah, because I got asked this all week. Were they cutting deals on Sunday?
Yeah, they were. That's where I bought a couple of books that I should have gone lower on. Yeah, they were cutting deals, and it was not busy at all. I mean, me and Jigs, they had like this big open space between like the creators and the comics, and that space was a good walkthrough, right? Me and Jigs, bro, at one time, we were standing there, and I look around, and there's nobody within like 20 feet in a circular pattern. We were like, there was nobody around us. Everybody was at the booths, and I was like, look at this shit. Look at all this. And it was like Sunday, like at 3-4 o'clock. It was slower, but they were cutting deals. Like, look, I'll show you. I got this. The guy had it for $4.75. This is a book that I was after, right? Wait, no, he had it for $500. He had it for $500, and I was like, it was like 4 o'clock on Sunday, and I went back with him because I had seen it, and I kept on thinking and pondering, and I went back. I got this for $4.25.
Whoa!
And I got it for less, bro. I told him $4.25, and he goes, "Oh." He goes, I go $4.25. I go $4.25, and I was expecting, meet at $4.50. And the guy goes, yeah, okay. I should have gone to like $3.75.
Damn.
Well, if you think about it, like the adage is you don't want to return what the same amount that you took. You know what I mean? So if they want to get rid of all of their books and they don't want to have to chuck them, bring them back with them, then you're gonna take the money. It's already been paid for.
Yeah. I bought that book and it was like $4.35, and a lot of vendors were already breaking down their stuff. That's when I got that one. It was like there was not a lot of people left at the con buying, and I just offered it, and I guess it was the end. And he goes, "Yeah, go." Yeah. And I should have gone lower. Lower.
Wow.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff, man. That's that.
I mean, you still got a good deal.
Hey, here's the thing. Look, you shouldn't have went lower because you got the book that you were after.
No, I'm happy.
You know
I'm
what I'm
super
saying?
happy. Yeah,
That's because you could have missed out on the blessing by asking, and then he was like, nope, no deal at all. You know?
Yeah. I was willing to come up because that book is easily worth a couple of $100 more.
Right.
Yeah, it's curiosity, man. It's like I don't know.
I was
Yeah,
happy,
what if?
but he answered me so fast. That's the point. It was like he didn't think about it. He went, "Yeah, I could do that." I was with Jigs, and Jigs did a double take. He was like,
another thing too, man. And I say I'm gonna apply this next year. Is that I'm gonna start because it worked with me on a couple folks, man. You buy multiple books, you get them all at one flat price. And I said, okay, I'm gonna try this again next year and try this and see how this works. Because a lot of these people had slabs, man, and you could just stack them up. Hey, man, how much you want for all that right there, man? And then you just see the gears turning.
That's the best way, man. I mean, you get rid of a chunk of their inventory. Both parties want to make a deal. You know what I mean? So
the trade. So a lot of trades.
Take 20 slabs up there and put the best one next to the last where he ain't even trying to look. You're like, you know what? Just give me XYZ.
Yeah. Let me whatever. Just think.
The only thing I can say, man, is like I always go to a con. I look around the vendors and all that. The problem with this one is that there's so many vendors that you risk losing something because you're not because somebody's gonna buy it, but you're gonna forget, and you're just gonna see something else, and you're not gonna remember where it was, man. You could get confused, man, because there's just so many books.
Matt, it sounded like he needed me to be there. I'll be remembering everything at when we go to these shows.
I don't know. This for X-Men, I know you do, man, but this one here, bro, it is so big.
Level.
I mean, it is so big. That's why I was like, yeah, next year, fellas, me, Al, and Larry have already called it the men's meeting of 2024. Will be Father's Day weekend at Heroes Con.
I'm there, dude. I mean, think about it. It's Father's Day, bro. We're doing what we want, and what we want to do is go look at books, man. It's our day. It's our day. We can barbecue next week.
Hey, tell the wives to leave the socks and the tie at the house. You want to go to Heroes Con for Father's Day. That's what you want.
Actually save that money and give it to me so I can take it with
me. What you gonna buy? A modern day book for them socks and the tie?
No, but I'm just saying, whatever you was gonna spend, give it to me, and I'll put it towards good use. I'll pick my own gift.
I'll put it toward a better purchase.
Yeah. There you go.
Aaliyah, before we move on, man, what do you rate Heroes Con?
Dude,
1 out of 10.
I want a 10, dude. It was comic book Nirvana. It was the Wizard of Oz for comics. It was just, and then plus hanging out with all you guys, meeting Matt, dude. Me, Matt, and Steve. Oh, dude, we were like 3 little pods, bro. We were just looking at, come over here, and we were like, you hit one. No, dude, we were zigzagging and going because it's like, come over here.
You moving from one spot to the other spot to the other spot back to the other spot. You're like, damn.
It's amazing, dude. It's if you could make it, try to make it to that one, dude. Because it wasn't busy. The streets weren't full. It's an easy walk from. There's a ton of hotels, and it's a pretty easy walk, man. No traffic on the weekend. It's just an amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait to go back. I cannot wait.
If I had to compare to anything, it's like the very first time you ever go in Toys R Us when you was a child. That'd be the closest.
Or the first time you go to Disney World, man, and you're just a little kid and you don't know what the hell it was like that.
Yeah, that'd be the closest thing.
It was that experience, and you're getting it as an adult. It's crazy.
Save your money. Make sure you save your money because you save your money. You splash, and you'll be able to go there and splash the cash, man. So I would advise anybody that's looking at going, anybody in the chat that's looking at going, save your thought now.
And during this whole year, if there's that book and it's like, oh man, I'm not going to be able to get this book again, I won't have another chance. You'll have another chance. Yep. Wait until Heroes Con, bro. You might get a better deal.
Now that runs different on the Golden Age side, but you still will be able to find some
But
good
there's
stuff.
so much golden. Almost every vendor had Golden Age, man. It was crazy. There was some vendors that they had a little spot for the silver, a couple of bronze, and all the rest was. I'm not into the Golden Age, so I was like, oh my God, that whole top row's Golden Age. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey man, let me ask you a question. Did you see any Richie Rich up there?
If you know what, if I saw Richie Rich was probably in the quarter bin.
Yeah. I bet you it was in that vendor that you bought those 2 books from that he had so much there.
If Matt saw all those Sonic comics, I guarantee you there's somebody that had a lot of Richie Rich.
The man had 3 long boxes of Sonic comic books.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
3 long boxes.
Hey,
of
Jace,
Sonic
I hope you hear that, and that's going to entice you to come next year.
It's
You
crazy.
can
It's worth
Fill
it,
out
man.
your Sonic run there.
And Charlotte is the downtown area, bro, very clean,
safe.
safe. I didn't feel me and Steve I had to walk a couple of blocks and I had no issue.
Security all over the place.
Yeah, man, streets were empty on the weekend. It was crazy. Not a lot of traffic there. It was a really, I can't say a negative thing, man. I can't.
Yeah. See, Steve was there. He saw it. That's the best part about it. I backup. He saw it. I had backup. They all saw it.
Yeah,
It was unreal, man. It was unreal. Kudos to the people, to heroes aren't hard to find for putting on a world class show, man. That was a world class show, man, and it deserves that people should. You got to go to this, man.
If you're into comics, bro, I can't imagine Baltimore being. They might have the same amount of books, but not the whole experience, man. It's just all around, everything was great. No complaint.
Yeah, and it's only down in the South. It's only a hop and a skip to get to. That's another good thing about it. You don't have to go through. Now I've heard horror stories about New York Comic Con.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Horror stories about that.
Not even interested.
Yeah.
Hey, I remember going to the Javits Center in the 90s, and it was horrible. The amount of people there.
That's not this, man. That's not this. Dude. It's not this.
Yeah. So awesome, man. Awesome. So tomorrow on Silver Age Sundays, you'll hear more about this experience with myself, Hialeah, and Stone Cold Steve. We'll be talking about Heroes Con.
We're gonna try to let you know, man, because it was great, man.
Whose YouTube channel is it going to be on?
Send me a link.
It's on mine tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I'll be tuned in.
Yeah, we'll be able to tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know some people in the chat probably thought that we
Send me
forgot.
a link, Hialeah.
I'm sorry?
Send me a link.
Okay, no problem.
I know people in the chat probably thought that we forgot, but we did not.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
But my prices are reasonable. What?
Oh, there they go. There.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Right out the gate, y'all.
A trade paperback?
Trade paperback.
But it's rare.
Come
It's
on.
an early printing.
Hey man, we on this dopamine about the Hero Con, and then we go to this, man. It's like, oh, God.
You could probably get this at Heroes Con. Wait.
Yeah.
I didn't see
Why you playing though? I thought somebody put the V for Vendetta mask on Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
But like, what is it? There's no books that are in that run that are worth anything close to that amount of money.
I love how there's
I
one.
got the single issues, and they were cheaper.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing. I mean, I don't care how rare it is. No one wants to read it.
It's not even saying it's a first print. It says it's an early. It's a rare early. It could be a second print. It could be a third print. That's crazy.
You know, I mean, what is it? What does it cover? Like, what's traded in it? Because I don't know any of those books in that run that are worth $50, much less $700.
Now, it's funny how we doing this segment after we done talk about the great deals at Heroes Con. So now we can see the ridiculousness on eBay.
Yeah,
They're
that's
like,
right.
yeah, now Heroes Con is worth it.
Yeah. This is the compare and contrast.
Anti.
All right, next up. Y'all know I got to have my t-shirts, y'all. We have.
What?
Hey, look where it come from, Chris. Look where the shirt from. Peddler's Mart. $3.49.
They paid $2 for it. Come on, man.
Right, like you could at least take the $2 sticker off.
Right.
Like, I mean, damn.
Yeah, you gonna mark me up. You gonna mark me up $348 on.
I mean, if you gonna try to fuck me, you could at least buy me dinner first.
You right?
Like,
Yeah.
How long he had that shit though, man? That shit look old. Even
Right. He done had that thing for 2 weeks. Don't be fooled by that.
Yeah,
He done had that for 2 weeks.
Bro, come on.
2 weeks and then aged like milk.
boy.
Look like stink.
He literally that shrink wrap at home.
Holly, I see your face, man. I see you looking at this, man.
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to look at the rating that they have as a seller. That's what I'm trying to look at.
100% positive, man.
That's crazy.
With how many sales though?
2
got-
all to their mama.
I mean, he got enough. It's just there's, I guess that
And the
he's trying
grandma.
to jump in on that vintage, where people are buying like the old concert shirts and stuff like that. But you ain't gonna get that. Not for no Marvel.
Look at that collar, man.
No,
Look at the pit.
I can go Photoshop. I can go
Oh,
grab this picture
Look at
right
the
now.
shoes. Look at the shoes.
Right.
Hey, man.
Got that on TeePublic or something.
Hey, whoever owned that shirt went to
$16.
whoever
Hold
owned
on.
that shirt went to an American Gladiators audition with that shirt.
Why is
man.
that shirt so short?
right?
It's short and wide.
Like,
Look at how short that shirt is.
What's up, Chad?
No torso.
Hey, what's up, Kung Fu?
That's a mirror.
Oh, that Scott Steiner shirt.
Holler if you hear me.
Holler if you hear me.
Booty daddy. Oh, man.
Shirt like that.
why Spider-Man
Yeah,
head
he's
look funny? Like,
That's a no, man.
But how many shirts is it? Because we done saw 3 to 4 different
right,
designs.
right.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You selling me 2 different shirts, or
No, I understand there's a market for this, man, but golly, like
He should have never put that shirt. He should have stuck with that picture right there.
yep.
He should have never had the one that was outside. We can see how faded it is.
yeah, I mean that shirt been worn to hell and back.
His marketing is horrible.
That shirt done been through a 12-hour shift in a warehouse with no air conditioning.
No, that shirt been left through 15 cycles, and they literally forgot to take it out to wash it every time. So they kept going and going and going, and then left that bitch out in the sun for 3 weeks.
Man,
That's all that black that came out that shirt, bro. Come on. Imagine the mold and mildew smell that's in that bitch too.
$375.
375.
that shirt smell like Fred Sanford's house.
Y'all know how a black shirt smell after you've been sweating for
Right.
ooh.
Ooh wee.
$350
Shree Fitty.
for a strong shirt.
Damn, what's up with these outside picks, man?
They think the sun might help.
No, what it is, they put that Salon Care 40 on there to get that
Air it out.
no, not to air it out, to get the yellow out.
That shirt pressed. I gotta admit, that shirt
What the
clean.
fuck out of that,
That
bro?
shirt
You iron
pressed.
that shit.
that shirt pressed better than some of the comic books we done seen over the head. Like, he pressed the hell out that shirt.
Mhm.
No, man. I can't help it, shorty. No!
Oh, shit.
Oh man, for
No.
real.
Oh, shit. We done found Waldo.
Who
And
spent
he
$200 for
And he can
web
stay
water?
missing for $200.
Man, right. $200, he gonna stay lost.
I ain't circling him at all. Fuck that.
Oh, He wasn't even on my radar. I wasn't even thinking about him.
Man, for $200, I'll find the dog and leave Waldo down there.
Yeah, Waldo gone. He gone.
Statement.
That is ridiculous. Do they even still make those books?
Matter of fact, $200, I'll find Carmen Sandiego before I look for him.
$200, you can hire Carmen Sandiego to find him.
And Dora the Explorer.
Right.
And Boots.
Right. Swiper, no swiping.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Jeez.
Oh, no, wait, but it's 2, 3, 4, and 5.
For 32 grand?
Oh,
Yeah,
hey, yo.
Bargain, bro.
I thought that thing, I thought they said LOL after
the
5.
movie came out? Oh,
I thought he was literally laughing out loud. Like, I didn't even think they said a lot. Oh, my Lord.
Jesus.
Hey, click on the book, man. Click on the picture.
Look, oh, my God.
Those are beat as shit.
Oh,
Hey, man, what kind? Hey, go to the description and see what
That
kind of
shit had
line
more ticks than Turbo and Ozone.
Man, you don't know?
Turtle France.
Somebody that definitely electric boogalooed all over the book.
no. Somebody let Kelly dance on that, all them shits.
Man, I mean, but I might be out of my realm, but I don't think one of those books is worth $1,000, right? Except for
one of them books worth
Neither
10.
one of them.
not even close.
Vintage Prince Neymar Submariner 2, 3, 4, 5 lot ungraded, good condition in plastic sleeve.
He's about a year too late, and they're about 10 grades too low.
He said sleeves.
You don't know. He has no idea.
He said sleeves.
That lot, you could probably get that lot for under 200. Dude.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure you can get a better condition than this.
Hey, Holly, you probably could have went last Sunday and got the whole damn lot for about $50.
Yeah,
that's what I was about to say. Just wait till next year, people. HeroCon, you can probably pick up all of them.
That joker said sleeves.
Sleeves.
No, he has no idea.
Hey, put that in the lexicon, cuz. The sleeves, cuz.
Sleeves.
Sleeves.
Here, sleeves.
I'm already worried about how he gonna sip it if he uses sleeves.
Right.
Sleeves.
Gonna show up at your house.
Oh man, you know, Al, just for that, bro, we got to give it one. We got to give it one, man. Hold tight.
Do it.
Gutter trash. Gutter.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Them books gonna show up at your house in a beat up box wrapped in a Lino Playworld plastic bag.
It's gonna be in a box full of peanuts, like balled up construction paper, and some of those roll of those air things, and the book's just gonna be laid in there.
It's gonna be some balled up Weekly World News. That's what
it's just gonna be laid in there. It's like
at that price, if it don't show up wrapped in fish food, I might be kind of mad.
If it's $32,000 and he's not requesting that I actually fly out there and pick the books up, then I don't even really want to do business with this guy.
And
he should be paying for the plane ticket.
Wait a second.
$250 ship.
$250 shipping, bro. $250.
Sleeves.
I just saw that too, Sean. $250 shipping, dude.
Sleeves. Yeah, you gonna put them in sleeves though. $250 now.
Hey, oh my god! And the number one is right down there for $300.
Yeah. You could get the Iron Man Submariner for $104.
8.5 for number 3 is $99.
You want $3,200.
Wow.
You can buy 2 number ones.
That's $32,000, not $3,200.
Yeah.
If you got $32,000 to spend on this lot, like Matt always say, just contact us. We can help you spend that money way better.
Gotta cover that shit.
You should go buy Batman 5 for that.
No, I would go find this lot and sell it for $32,000 and somebody buy it. I won't even knock the hustle if he gets some idiot to pay that.
No, by all means, absolutely.
Because if I see what somebody paid that for, you best believe I'm going to every comic book store to find them shits for dirt cheap, just so I can sell them.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You want a G-Man? I got it, but here you go, man. There he is. There he is, man. There he is. All right.
Yeah, but AF-15 in a decent shape, but $32,000, yeah.
You know what, Halia? $32,000. You could have bought 3 X-Men #1.
That price.
Dudley.
Wow.
Yeah.
Behind the barrel.
Gutter trash.
All right, y'all. Let's move on to the next one. Now this next one, I'm gonna preface it, is sports related. I saw this and I know when X see this shit, he'll be like, "What the fuck?" But this when I saw this, I just completely shook my head, man. Check this shit out here, man.
Oh no! What? LeVar Arrington though.
Who?
First of all, don't disrespect LeVar like that.
I'm not disrespecting.
I could have sworn I heard Chris say who.
I did say who.
That's LeVar Arrington. That's
I listen
the
to
greatest linebackers the Washington Redskins ever had.
He's got a great podcast. He's on a great podcast.
Yeah,
I love listening to him.
That dude is amazing, man. That dude.
$100,000.
He actually had the the tackle that Palomalu rib. He done got famous for when he leaped over.
Yeah.
LeVar Arrington did that so many times before Palomalu even thought about doing it.
You can get that book for $10 at the bottom.
No, I get that.
It's not
I'm not even looking at the price. I'm just no.
And look at all the ones below it: $10, $15, $5.
Gutter trash.
It ain't signed. It ain't nothing.
They're not on crack. They're on fentanyl.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the
I like that.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kidding.
That's
They
nuts.
signed with a DNS.
From
What is DNA?
Boiling Springs, South Carolina. That's all I need to see. Boiling Springs, South Carolina. That tells me all I need to know.
He was the number 2 overall pick, so
Yeah, but man,
100,000.
that's a reach. That's a huge reach.
The picture of
He
And
was
it's only a very good. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
That shit got
Hey,
water
man.
damage.
But it's
got
funny.
rub.
It's funny that you say that because look, the name of the truck that they advertise is a Tundra. Are you serious?
I love the tagline.
They
'cause
got
the
this shit
tagline is
straight out the
perfect.
water.
It looks like it got trimmed at the bottom.
Man, that was a
tagline
bathroom
is perfect.
magazine. They used that when
Yeah.
they took a dump, man.
It was at the dentist.
That thing that got ran over by Tito's truck.
Hey, next to them highlight magazines.
Right.
Hey, with the puzzle already circled in the back, everything's already circled.
Timber toes.
Circled and filled in, colored all the way in.
all the crossword puzzles are done.
Right.
Oh man,
I tell you, like, wow.
Oh god.
gosh. I mean, that book is terrible. I mean,
He ain't the beginning of the athletic linebackers, but he
No.
was up there. LP was the
Come on.
beginning of the athletic.
I know this is an extreme amount of money, but man, this game does go for a decent price, though, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it
It ain't no
legitimate.
$1 million.
I know that remote. I know.
No, I'm saying that's not the price, but I mean, it does catch a hefty penny, right?
Yeah,
I believe that, but $1 million?
No, hold on, bro.
No.
the cartridge not great. That naked, that man.
The reason why I would say I X'd it out because I just looked at this game on eBay last night, and you could find a used copy of this game for probably $30, $25, $30.
Really?
Hey man,
Yeah.
I thought it was.
am I going crazy or the screws gone out the game, out the back of it?
You noticed that too, right? They
It's
don't
gone,
do that.
it's gone.
Yeah.
But you
It
know,
ain't even got the game in it.
little known fact, I collect NES cartridges, right? So I just bought a game last night, and I looked at this game because it's on my wish list, man. these folks, you just said fentanyl, right? They mixing that up with that the bath salts. That's ain't going in the world, bro.
They on the carpet now.
Man,
They don't know. No, they don't know. Give
Chad
them
got
for
the right
so
idea,
they
man.
don't know what they do.
That ain't no $1 million game. Now, if they if they had that game that was in the Wizard game, movie, that still
Part
ain't
three?
no $1 million cartridge.
Well, you talking about part 3?
You remember the golden was it track and field?
Yeah,
It was in that,
Oh,
that movie, The Wizard with
oh,
Fred
yeah.
Savage.
No, I know, but
Oh, it
the
is.
last game they played was Super Mario Brother 3. That's why I like, huh? But
no,
I know
but the game you're talking about is track
Rad
and field.
Racer.
It's the one with the There's a specific one. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there was only a certain amount of them.
Yeah, I
named.
remember.
Yeah.
Didn't they have Rad Racer at the arcade, the little
I
truck
think
stop
so.
when Buddy came out there with the glove?
Yeah. No, man, $1 million for that, bro. They crazy.
Just imagine if you paid $1 million for this copy.
Because this came in the original
and
Nintendo.
you stick it in your Nintendo and it don't work. You gotta do the old blowing in the fucking cartridge shit. I'm like,
You might get asbestos blowing in this thing, man.
man.
This doesn't have a box, is what
It's
I'm
instant
saying.
black.
No, that's a loose game, bro.
Yeah,
Like I
it's
said,
a loose game unless you have the whole system, right?
But even with you had the whole system, it ain't $1 million, man.
You better
No,
get-
no. But what I'm saying is, like, you could never find this game boxed. It
I
doesn't come
better
boxed.
have. I better have the all with the gray and white gun and the gray and orange gun and the original trackpad and everything. And what's the guy with the disc, the spinning disc? What's his name?
The gyro,
Rob.
right?
Yeah,
Rob.
I better have that too.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, it would have the gun, it would have Rob, and it would have this. But it would,
And I'm talking
this
about
wasn't in a
speed.
box. It was like a
I'm
loose
talking about
game inside of there.
Yield.
I like Duck Hunt.
Yeah, because they never sold this without the game.
Yeah. Duck
Right.
I
Hunt
like
was
what
shit.
you're showing.
Especially the dog who would go and get the ducks after you
What's
shot
his
him.
name? Roscoe?
Yeah,
I don't even remember. I can't even remember.
I'm
You know
saying,
what
yeah.
I do? I'm gonna have to check. Remind me next week to show it. Or just remind me, Jason. I make sure I totally forgot. Yep, I totally forgot. That'd been real good to show too. Next up,
They crazy.
What was that?
Oh, I thought those were
I,
pet pads.
I
Used
thought
pet
somebody
pads.
was. I thought they was used phone books. Like what the hell?
17,
For one magazine, just because it got that Knights demo in it.
bro. Not even them right on magazines we looked at last week was this price.
Wait,
Like-
what is that game?
Nights,
Nights into
Nights
Dreams.
into Dreams, second side.
the Christmas edition of
Like, wait a minute. They looking for some fools.
Yeah, they sure are.
You can make an offer. You can make an offer on this one.
Tree fitting.
$1?
I look out for put 50 cents. 'Cause that's all it's worth. 50 cents.
I commend them
Go
for
ahead
their
and,
courage.
Go ahead and
their
type
big
in their
test-
email address in that pad word, Matt. Well, I'm talking about we finna have some nice pause on Matt Odom photography.
17.5, man, they stupid. And he lifted up like, yeah, this is in the bag. Like, whatever, man.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Oh wow, you're right. It is in the bag.
I ain't offering
You being
$25.
generous, Jay.
Oh,
Right,
Man,
exactly.
if you don't get that
Very
shit up,
$25.
Ultra Force.
Fucking Ultra Force.
Ultra Force.
Who technical
nobody-
Ultra Force?
nobody even want to remember Ultra Force. It was just,
Here's a better question: who the fuck sends that off to get it slabbed?
but you know what
Ultra
I'm saying?
Force.
You know what though? He got it slabbed because he also got a case of.
Hey,
Superman
hold on.
65.
Low pop. Look at that. CGC 9.8. Low pop. Yeah, because you the only fucking fool to
Right.
sit it off.
Yeah, you the only one that did it. I hate when fools do that and want to be the first to market, but then the reasoning behind it is like, there's none on the census. Nobody's gonna grade that book.
Right. ain't nobody checking for
You're
crime like that.
gonna be the first and only.
Matter of fact, you're the only person to acknowledge that they have this book.
Yeah. Like,
Nobody
you
wanna-
actually bought that shit?
Like, Ultra Four,
Nobody
bro.
want to admit that.
Yeah, man, like, hey man, did you do that? Yeah, I bought the Ultra Force.
And
And
they
X-Men 142. X-Men 142 is a 9.8 down there for $300. Check.
Man, I buy that all day.
all day.
Hey Matt,
Yo,
that's what we would have left in Carlton's comic card box when we gave it back to him.
yeah, that kind of Ultra Force, Ultra Force,
Mm.
fucking Ultra Force. Yeah, they you gonna try to prove? I'm gonna prove to you. Look, there's only 2.
Man, we should.
Are you
gotta love
serious?
these
Hey,
sellers.
man,
They
so-
should be screenshotting this shit just
Bull
to try and verify what they can sell. Come on.
Nobody cares.
You heard me, Matt.
Yeah, I heard. Next up,
You should send him a message and say so, and then send it. Somebody care about that book, man.
What now? Jesus
Cheezosaurus Rex.
What?
Hold
What is this?
Who the fuck is Cheezosaurus Rex?
Who is
up.
Jim?
Man, that was a brand of macaroni back in
I
the
know
day.
Jim Studio, but like,
No, I'm thinking about whatchamacallit from Secret Window. What's the name? Was it Jim Shooter?
By Jim Shooter.
I'm
This
finna
is
look
doing
this
his
up.
downfall.
Hold on.
It was fried macaroni. It was a comic book based off of a box of macaroni.
So the dinosaur was made of cheese?
The dinosaur was made of cheese. I just looked it up.
Yo, you trying to pull a house? What the fuck?
So if Monterey Jack walked past him, he done.
He done. Right. Like, he done. He's wow.
Hey, let me read it right quick. I found
Matt,
it out.
Matt, go to the second picture real quick of the book.
It says it's Cheesy Rex discontinued.
The other one, the one before this one.
Before. The other one.
That one. Is that cut out, or is that the way
No.
it's supposed to be?
It looked like it's something was cut out.
yeah, it looks like that's the
No, he talking about the bottom right there.
Yeah, is that cut out, or is
That's a
that
Mattel logo, ain't it?
yeah.
Looks like it.
That's the bottom part of a red Mattel logo.
No, it just say cut and save points.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
It looked funny.
It was John Shooter from Secret Window.
Google said Cheesy Rex just vanished. Suddenly, Cheezosaurus Rex vanished from television screens everywhere. He was cheese no more. No explicit statement about why
Crab. The Kool-Aid Man did.
Retired his mascot exists. Hey man, Kool-Aid Man got more pull than Cheezosaurus.
No, I
Rex,
said they
man.
disappeared at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Somebody ate him and drank the Kool-Aid Man.
he probably killed him. Or Hayden.
Oh my lord.
Hey, blow the picture up.
The Stan Lee story.
That was a good doc, though. It was a good doc.
It ain't worth that.
Nah, yeah.
Comic Tom.
Ha! For 3 million% increase in sales. And it only went up $3.
$3.
Gutter trash.
Gutter
that-
trash.
So that's almost a $9,000 book because it's a Stan Lee autobiography.
Apparently so.
No, you know what I think he doing? He just wants somebody to make an offer because people
Yeah,
that
that's
put
all.
all numbers, it's like people that go in there and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a price. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
He just trying to open it up for people to make an offer, but I know he ain't seriously thinking about $8,888.88. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he might work at Walmart though. You never know.
There ain't no rollback on that.
He need to be rolled over.
Man, you don't know? Plus $100 for shipping.
$100 for shipping.
Sold out.
Yeah, that man just wants somebody to reach out to him. That's all that is.
You're just lonely.
Man, you still got that? Yes, I do. By chance, is there anything else you're looking for?
And I just looked it up on Amazon.
Are you serious?
The hardcover version of that book we just saw was $220. It starts at $224.
Y'all don't see what the hell is on this screen.
I do. It's just an autograph.
Wow.
I told y'all, got Stan Lee's signature. It ain't gonna be worth nothing in 5 years.
That matter of fact, I thought about that at the show with a vendor, man. We were talking about how you want to go hunt for Kirby.
Yeah.
You know, they don't even sign books, man. Stan Lee, that's a waste of time. You know,
He signed everything, man. They had that man signing everything in his last year.
Yeah, his signature is gonna be devalued.
They had this man sign a picture of him as Batman.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
Lowest of the low.
Wow.
All right, Jace. There you go, Jace. $3,000. First appearance of Shadow, bro.
Woo!
Oh man.
So Jace cussing wherever he at. I know he's shaking their head. I know he's shaking their head.
Hey man, click that when you done with that, click that Spidey book down there on the left. Down at the bottom. I want to see how much that costs.
I already see the figures.
Grail.
Let me tell you something, man.
That's the recalled edition.
Great. And I got that book. That book. They sell that for $3,500. I'm gonna be on the segment next week. Because I have that book, that recalled edition. I got that.
But then you wouldn't be out your damn mind if it's sold.
Shit, 5,000.
Hey, Eggs, I'm gonna try to sell it for $7.
Just straight underbidding.
Jesus.
See, like that dude. What? Who signed it? Oh,
it don't matter, man. Either John Romita,
signed by Ross, Romita, and
DMX,
and my dog Spike.
DMX, the old dirty bastard, signed it.
Steve White. Stone Cold Steve White signed the book.
$8,000, dude.
Oh my goodness. Jesus Christ. Look at that poor fella. Holy smokes.
Damn.
All right.
That's a bold statement to put on a comic book.
Shit, he written it.
Oh man.
All right, Chad.
They sure trying to fill it in, ain't they? My hollow. $2,000.
And the crazy part, Chad, that book was in a dollar bin. That's how I got it, because that's part of that whole Earth X that Alex Ross did for Marvel.
Yeah, Universe X.
Universe X, Earth X, Paradise. That's why I got it, because it was part of that series.
That shit ran too damn long.
Oh yeah, it was a whole bunch of them, man.
Kingdom Come was knocked out in 4 issues. Universe X was like 30.
You were absolutely, because each one, Paradise, Universe, and Earth X, I think they were each 12 issues, and then they had one shots for all of them.
All right, Remo, what you know about this, man? You got about 5 of these, man?
Nah. I'm sure they're around though. I'm sure I can procure one, and I'm sure they're not worth $1,900.
Y'all didn't hear that word.
I can procure one.
Y'all didn't hear that word. Okay.
And then James Bond, you gonna call up Q, get a gadget made to get you one?
It's okay. I ain't mad at them.
Nah, but like you mentioned, the Metropolis comics, like I can get stuff from them too.
Word of day calendar coming in.
You know what guy that knows?
Hey, flex.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that was a soft flex right there.
Yeah.
That was a humble brag.
1 in 75 for $3,500.
And that's a modern book.
No.
Yeah.
All together?
Gutter trash.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been this week's edition of You Must Be Out of Your Damn Mind.
Hey, Barbarian.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
It's a Barbarians mowing my lawn. I got one on Saturday for $1.
Whoa.
Yay! I like to see that, man.
That shit is perfect.
Hey,
I like to see that shit. Let me get my boy. Wait. Oh, I ain't got my. There it is. Give my boy a ding for that, bro.
$1, baby. $1. I couldn't get out of that store fast enough.
Hey, Remo, off the strength of Matt, I don't know what we were talking about a few years ago. I bought that 9.4 for $50 for that book.
And that was my thing. Like the guy told us, because it was a shop by my wife's job. She found it, and they got a ton of books, man. 90s books, everything. And he was like, when we were scared, we were like, yeah, man. I was like, my wife was digging and she was grabbing books. She's like, I'm afraid to take them up there because they don't have prices. She's like, I'm afraid they're gonna reprice them at the register. And the dude was like, when she went up there, he was like, oh no, everything's priced, and then if it's not marked, it's $1.
Wow.
I was like, man, I went right back to them boxes and started going through.
Hey man, I'm about to play something right quick that we ain't played in a while, just for that right there. Hold on, let me find it.
Classic, that boy.
That's how I felt. Man. I was tripping up them stairs trying to get up out of there.
Yeah, them be the ones you get that, man. Excellent. You need to send that off to get graded, bro. That is
man. It's. I won't say I am. I'll just say it's gonna go with the stack that I don't know if you can see, but these two boxes here are all these books are books that should be going to CGC. These That's 3 cool. Short boxes, but I ain't never sent one. So
yeah, we all got that. We all got that stack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
That's the only way I'm able to like keep them separate. Is all the boxes that have a theme are the ones that can be graded.
All right, fellas, it's time for the main event of the evening. Sweet. It is now time for the main event of the evening. And as you saw on the caption, tonight's topic is I'm getting old, man. How has social media affected pop culture? I'm gonna put the mute on you, X. Be quiet. I'm gonna put the mute on you. I'm putting the mute on you. Shut up. I know you trying to be a smart ass.
No, I'm just gonna ask. What is it? What's the word?
Hey, X. Hey, when I saw that, I was like, "Is that the right word to use?"
What explosion is gonna be added to it from social media? What effect or affect?
Look, man. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I was like,
gutter trash.
I was like, is this the right word? So I was like, this don't sound right, but whatever.
All right, y'all. Have a good night. Fuck all y'all. Fuck all y'all. I had social media affected culture.
Oh man.
All right. We're gonna open the floor. Al, we're gonna start off with you, brother.
Well, I said kind of a lot before we started the show, man. But I think pop culture, as far as social media, man, it's one of those things where a lot of people are way too dependent upon what social media says about certain things. And we kind of touched on this last week or the week before when we did our comic collecting show. But in my opinion, man, I feel like it's starting to ruin a lot of aspects of pop culture. There's nothing wrong with people being opinionated, because all of us have our opinions. But you know, you see certain things, and I'm going to use Secret Invasion as an example. Rotten Tomatoes, which I really don't trust them as far as I can throw myself. But you know, they trashed Secret Invasion before the show actually came out. And it's more or less one of those situations, man, where it's like, are you all actually critiquing or reviewing this because this is how you feel, or is it just something that you're doing to jump on a bandwagon? And it's like, to me, it seems like a lot of people don't have independent thought. And you can tell there's a difference. Back when we first started seeing the MCU, Iron Man and all that kind of stuff, it was relatively fresh. We've never seen that kind of stuff before. And everybody was excited. Yeah, man, Iron Man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know, what's his face? I can't tell.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Trick. But you know, back then it was, hey man, it's a good movie, man. Hustle the Flow. Shout out to Hustle the Flow. But I mean, back then, man, it wasn't like it is now. We were able to sit down and we were able to appreciate movies, even movies that, in my opinion, were not good, like Thor. The first Thor to me was not a good movie, but people were in a position where we were soaking it up because we never seen anything of that magnitude. You know, shout out to the Captain America TV show back in the 70s. Shout out to the Incredible Hulk. Shout out to Linda Carter. You know, those shows paved the way for what we see today. And, you know, yeah, I'm pretty sure you had detractors and naysayers back then, like, yeah, man, when Lou Ferrigno, when he runs, you can see the sandals that he wear. Like, didn't nobody care back then. You know what I'm saying? Which you could. I mean, you know, you go back and look, he wasn't barefooted. He had on some green sandals.
First of all, they act like they were going to run around barefoot and all that green paint.
But, you know, at the end of the day, man, we see a lot of stuff nowadays, man, where social media kind of gets involved in certain aspects of pop culture. And I feel like we're getting to a point to where it's starting to convolute. We can't really, and when I say we, the masses can't really enjoy something. Case in point, scripts get leaked and people know the movie before the movie even drops. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, they're like, well, yeah, this is what happens, and it's like it's a rat race, man, for people. The first person to try to get the script online, or the first person, you know, that's trying to get pictures. Like, you know, hopefully this doesn't spoil anything, so close your ears. I was watching an interview on YouTube a few days ago with Harrison Ford, and he was talking about the new Captain America movie and stuff. So the interviewer, which I thought was very dumb to ask, he's asking Harrison Ford, he's like, hey, there's some set pictures leaked, man, where you actually in some ripped shorts or some ripped pants. Of course, we already know he's playing Thunderbolt Ross, and we already know Red Hulk is associated with that character. And then the dude was sitting there and asking Harrison Ford, are you the Red Hulk? Like, dude, come on, man. Like, is this really newsworthy? Like, is this really something that's going? Yeah, you trying to get them clicks, you trying to get them likes, you trying to get that ad revenue.
He trying not to get anything, because if he's asking that at this point, something wrong with him. He desperate for anything, and he's not gonna get no clicks.
I will see. I agree with that, X, but it's just the mindset that these people have going into these types of interviews, trying to get this information. At one point, man, we didn't care. As we went to the movies, you know, the same thing with the trailers and stuff, man. We all know Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, man, they dissected that trailer like we dissected frogs in class.
And they were so wrong.
And I'm telling you, and it's like, why? And people don't want to include
Tom Cruise,
YouTube
Iron
and social media. You know, yeah, exactly. Iron Lad was in the movie. You know, I'm gonna bring this up. Mephisto was in.
Mephisto, yeah.
Doctor Strange, you know.
I have no opinion on Mephisto. Okay,
I hope they never bring Mephisto
cannot-
in the MCU.
I cannot
really don't want
voice
them to.
my opinion on Mephisto.
You
I
know,
can only
it-
state the facts.
and it's like you get to the point to where it's like at some point where will we just be able to say we're going to enjoy this movie? We're gonna go see this movie. We're gonna suspend our disbelief. We're gonna watch this TV show. We're gonna suspend our disbelief because we love comics, we read comics, and we are in a position to where we want to be entertained. But it's hard to be entertained when you're sitting there and you're getting all these recommendations of this, that, and the third and stuff. I got so tired going back to Multiverse of Madness. I got so tired of seeing the little recommendations of like the spoilers for that movie or the rumors and whatever they want to call it. I actually stopped using my own YouTube handle for a while, and I made a fake one just so I wouldn't get that stuff coming in because it just got so tiring. It's like, man, why can't just go back to the days where people aren't trying to be the first person to get these clicks? And I understand. I know how YouTube works. I get it. I know you're trying to make ad revenue. I know you're trying to build subscriptions. But going back to what X said when they did that Multiverse of Madness, everybody that sat there and broke that trailer apart were dead wrong. And I think that affects the medium of pop culture, the movies that we see, and the TV, and anything that we consume in regards to that, man. It kind of puts it in a position where it's like, man, I don't even want to see it. Like, I mean, it's frustrating as a fan of the media to sit and watch this kind of stuff. I mentioned his name earlier. All these spec channels on YouTube, and they spec it all wrong. They got folks out here buying the first appearance of Spot for $500.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying.
I got a question, Al. So, can we really blame social media, or should we blame ourselves? Not us, but ourselves for egging this shit on.
It's a two-way street because some of us, unfortunately, don't have the wherewithal to be like, yeah, man, I'm gonna leave that alone. Because I feel like, man, I've known Hialeah through Sean and stuff. I've known all of y'all for a while, and I could say without question, please don't prove me wrong, that every individual on this panel has independent thought. Mm-hmm. So when you see something, when you hear something, when you see the clickbait and the news on Instagram and Twitter, TikTok, whatever media platform you use, you're like, man, whatever. I take it with a grain of salt. You might entertain it for a second, but then like, okay, I'll leave it alone. I've gotten to a point right now, man, where if I see anything, if it's not an official trailer, I don't watch it.
Yeah.
I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm like, man, you were wrong. And it's like you see more and more of that nowadays because, like I said, you got people that are trying to grow channels. They're trying to be the first to put stuff out there and all that kind of stuff, which is cool. But some people just take it to the extreme and they run with it. And I don't like that aspect of pop culture because, like I said, growing up in the 80s and 90s, internet was just getting big. Even with professional wrestling, we talked about this too. It was a situation where you didn't actually have people just going out telling, okay, well, this person doing this person doing that. Yeah, you had dirt sheets, but it wasn't to the point to where it is now, to where you can't even enjoy a certain medium because people are trying to get the news out there about something first before anybody else is. So yeah, I feel like pop culture is a detriment to. Social media is a detriment to pop culture, man, because some people don't know how to use it responsibly.
Would you say though that pop culture is just leaving for what we consider to be popular culture? Like, it might be going in a different direction that is making the things that we consider pop culture like no longer pop culture. It's like they were saying the other day that this is the first year that there's no like rap songs in the top 10 or 15 or whatever, something like that. Does that just mean that hip hop is no longer popular music? You know what I mean? So
no, hip hop is no longer real music at all.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. To be considered pop is you're popular, so therefore it's no longer the popular thing. Like
it ain't even popular amongst us.
MCU and stuff like that is no longer like popular. Like the way we consume it, it's not popular.
No, we can't say that because it's still popular. It's just it's being overshadowed by people that are trying to they trying to use the spec game to influence people and add.
That's a small community. Like more people than just the comic book collectors watch MCU movies. You know what I mean? Like
it's not a small community, being that everybody is on social media now.
I get but what I'm saying is like we don't like the way we consume social media in regards to those movies and stuff is totally different than like say my daughter or my brother, who you know what I mean, or cousins, family, friends. Like they're not watching and seeing what the top 10 on CBSI says weekly. They could give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not watching it and being like, oh, you know what I mean? It's not the same thing. It only affects a small group of people.
I think I get what you're saying, Remo. To put it in a decent metaphor, a lot of people like to say when they talk about current music, using music as a reference, the way people talk about music is like, we grew up on drug dealer music. You grew up on drug user music. We are not the same.
It's exactly. So therefore, that's no longer going to be popular because of the content it's being talked about.
Reading the comic and hoping for a
drug
movie,
user music.
Whereas now they watch the movie and then go try to find the comic book if they like it enough.
Who uses social media more, us or them?
I think we do. Like he just said, but he just said we watch a movie and then go try and look for the comic book.
They do. The
average person doesn't do that.
No, we don't go to social media looking for nothing.
No. But what I mean, like, even get a heads up on a book.
Like I put it to you like this: if you and I was thinking about this because I think it's a good avenue. I like the topic, but if you think about it, of everybody that's on this panel right now, the most like the people who use social media the most out of all of us is Chris and Sean.
Yeah.
And that's combined. Like if you combine me, you, Matt, and Al, we still don't use it a quarter of how much they do.
Right. But that's what I mean. Yeah. But that's what I mean. They're not just talking to our group though. Like Sean posts stuff, and he's talking to a whole other, group of followers that he has. No, but what I mean, like he has pages where he strictly just does music.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or Jace has pages where he just posts video games.
Right.
Like it's not the same. It's not like it's all lumped into one thing. It's like there was pages that I didn't even know Sean had. And I'm like, oh shit. This shit is dope. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I just started following it. You know what I mean? Like, and I didn't know before, but that tells you, like, as long as I know Sean, I didn't know he had alternative pages.
But that's not social media's fault.
But it is social media, though, because it never once popped up on my. I follow him, and it never once popped up and was like, "Hey, you should follow this page."
It's because
you know what I mean.
Just because you never said his name out loud for your phone, for the mic on your phone.
But that's what I mean.
That's what it is with that.
Tomorrow morning, you're gonna have every page Sean got popping up in your feed.
But like Matt, like Al said though, I have other pages that are completely like I have a page where I just only follow Hot Wheels things. Like I have a page where I only follow, music. I have a page where I only follow, BMX. Like I there's other things I'm into. I don't put it all into my thing. I guess what I'm trying to say is like popular culture encompasses so many things. We're only looking at it at one avenue, and that's comics. And I'm not. Well, but I'm saying as far as for pop culture to be influenced by social media, we're only looking at it the way we consume social media.
Hi, Leah. Hop in there, brother. What do you think, brother?
About social media?
Yeah, about this.
I'm with Remo, dude. I don't use it a ton. I'm on Instagram. I use it more as a communication thing.
Yeah.
To talk to all of you guys, send messages. I put an occasional pictures up. I listening to you guys talk. It's like, man, I should start another one just for because I feel weird kind of posting stuff with my family. Sometimes I need to start one just for them and just keep the comics for the comics. The thing that gets me going back to what I was saying. Dude, I just hate the negativity.
Yeah.
And everybody, you know, you get the likes, you get the hits when you're negative, when you're bashing the movie, and you're doing everybody wants to see that crap, dude. Kind of like the Spec Game. All those channels have a ton of freaking followers, and it just gets on me, dude. Because I watch what I'd like to watch. I'll see a trailer. Hey man, you know, I might give this a shot. That one I might not give a shot. You know, you make your own decision. I think the trailers show way too much. That's another point. But I just hate the negativity, bro. It's just automatically bashing. Dude, these are comic book movies, bro. Get over yourselves. Dude, even the comics that they come from, they're not all the greatest stories, bro. They all got holes. This makes no sense in this story. They could have cut. We just don't criticize because it's our comic books. Yeah. Oh my God, holier than thou. Dude, the movies, bro. I'm just happy. It's like you guys were saying too. The first time we saw Avengers, oh my God, Iron Man, dude. I was watching a comic book come to life. The real, you know, not like our Hulk, which was amazing in the 70s.
Yeah,
right.
The Superman movie. The first one was. I remember seeing that, and that was amazing. I got that when I saw Avengers, bro. When I saw Avengers, Iron Man, I was freaked out.
Yeah,
but they're comic book movies, man. Give them a break.
Yeah, don't take them so serious.
It's like people are just way too negative, way too this don't make it. Dude, just enjoy it. If you don't like it, you don't watch it again. If you like it, you watch it multiple times. Who cares?
Chris. Oh, excuse me, Al. Go ahead, brother.
Now, let me just say this real quick. I'm gonna put this into context too. Of course, if you watch our show, I'm staying in Street Fighter 6, and I watch a lot of Street Fighter 6 content on YouTube. And there's this guy that I still subscribe to, but he posted a video not too long ago about Chun-Li in the Street Fighter universe, and he was saying that Chun-Li was an evil character. And he was basically saying that Chun-Li was a dark character because she worked for the Chinese. She worked for Interpol, and then he was using real life references to start to say what Interpol was all about and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, bruh, it's a video game, man.
It's a video game, bro.
Like, he was breaking it down. He was giving history lessons and everything. I'm like, man, Chun-Li don't exist. I mean, she was. I would probably God Almighty. But anyway,
practice. We talked about practice.
Right. It's like when Chris said though. It's like, you know, he was like, oh, that everybody was upset about the beginning of Secret Invasion, and it had AI. I had no idea until you just said that. So I wasn't even in the realm to even be upset about it. I had no opinion because I didn't know. You couldn't fool me. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody doesn't consume the social media in the same way in order for it to influence pop culture. It does influence it because it's now a part of pop culture, because it is a part of it.
That's what I was thinking about. Like, I feel like the title of this is kind of obscure because social media is a part of pop culture now. Yeah. And we've seen that throughout these TV shows and movies. People are posting online. Like Miss Marvel was basically an entire social media show. Yeah. You know, because it's all about the young teenage experience, trying to grow her social media lifestyle along with being a superhero. So I feel like social media is a huge part of pop culture. And you get the positives and negatives because social media created a lot of shit like cancel culture. They want to come out and, you know, go back and look at old stuff and say, oh, this is not a part of what this era is. And they want to, you know, try and retroactively cancel something. Or they want to bring up some bullshit and, you know, try and justify the means of, oh, we're not going to support you this, and then try and attack this celebrity or attack this artist because of all that. You know, like look at the Flash movie, for instance. The movie is bombing. It's not making as much money because people are finally saying enough with Ezra Miller. They don't want to support the movie. So they're looking at it through all the social media stuff that they've seen of what's been going on. Oh, shit, my screen went black.
I thought something happened. I was like, I'm looking around
my screen just went black. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I was just there like, what happened?
but there's a lot of negativity on the side of social media that influences both positive and negative on pop culture. And though, believe it or not, I have been like cutting back on my social media presence. I just post up and then just leave. You know, like I don't really like to interact much no more, because for as good people as you guys are and as higher layers, you always going to get somebody that brings that negative mindset in there. And it's like you see all the nonsense that's going on, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not interested in that shit, so I just skip it. And I just distance myself away from, you know, what the popular thing is, and I just do what I want to do. Use social media for what I want to use it for, and not for what the masses want to do it for. I mean, my handle ain't, I ain't social with the media, so that's how.
But you're using the platform the way that it was meant to be used. The platform is not the issue; it's the people that are on the platforms. That's the issue. You see what I'm saying? And unfortunately, we have way younger people. Like this generation that's below us, it's a whole different breed of people. I can't call them adults because they don't think like adults.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All they know is, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but all they know is what is on what other people are saying that allows them to feel and think the same way that they do, because they have been like literally coerced into thinking that's the way that it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are who we are. We are, as Al said earlier, we're strong-willed individuals. We think on our own. We're not easily driven by other people. Hell, we have disagreements about things all the time. We still come right back around to agreeing on other things. But these people nowadays, they want to, it's like they have to agree with what other people are saying to fit in. And that's not the platform. It's these weak-willed, with these weak-minded people. You know what I'm saying? If social media was big like it is now when we were coming up, we would still be ourselves, because we were brought up differently from the way that these kids are now. Like, case in point, my son, he's 18 years old. That boy is me, but he's also not me. You know what I mean? He looks at things the same way that I do, but I have, in order to have a conversation with him, and that's just me knowing my son, I'll have to start talking about something that's going to literally make him look away from his phone, and then I have his attention. If you can't do that, then they're lost, because they're stuck in this, looking at YouTube, Snapchat, which I thought disappeared, and now all of a sudden it's made a resurgence for whatever reason. Twitter and all that other shit. Yeah, this shit is back, not for me. Next thing you know, Marco Polo coming back. But like I said, it's just not the platform that's the issue. It's the people that are using it. We are the vast minority in this. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like when the platform starts to cater to certain things that the people want, like the whole Reels thing, which is basically a TikTok copy.
Right.
You know, and everybody, you know, when Instagram was doing their stories, the next you know, you see stories on Facebook, you see stories on Twitter.
But they're owned by the same people.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's popular on one app, and then it starts spreading on all the other apps. YouTube got the stories, and I'm like, what the fuck YouTube needs stories for?
That's their revenue. You know, they trying to bring in more and more. You know, Zuckerberg got a lot of money, but he gonna do whatever he can to keep that money.
It feeds these people that like that stuff, like the Reels and TikToks and stuff. It feeds them even more. And this
that's how it feeds pop culture, though, because it's trying to get, those are the clips or the reels are what goes viral. You know what I mean? That people are still chasing viral sensation. You know what I mean? It takes more to get it, but that's what all that is. It's just a means of being able to quickly get something out and hope it goes viral. You know what I mean? So,
Chris, what's your thoughts, brother?
I took notes. I wrote down notes.
Here we go. Hey, come on, preach it, Rev. Preach.
All right. So I get where X and Remo both are coming from, because, like you said, Remo, I do use social media a lot more. But as far as social media,
let me tell you, I love your page. Just
but social media's effect on pop culture has turned pop culture into a bunch of simple-minded motherfuckers.
Yes.
They don't think on their own. They love instant gratification. That's what we've gotten. TikTok became famous because they could get information in them like 15 seconds, 1 minute stories, and then they moved on because that's all they got the attention span for. They can't sit still long enough to actually absorb something past what they're looking at. You know what I'm saying? And social media has changed pop culture because of that. Because of the generation. Like X said, the generation below us doesn't have the willpower to sit still and actually like check into something and read you couldn't get a kid nowadays to read War and Peace to save your life unless you had a gun to his head.
They wouldn't do it then.
But they'll sit and stare at their phone for 2 hours watching reels on Instagram.
They wouldn't do it then because they wouldn't even believe. They don't know how severe that is.
Right, exactly.
Plus, half of them mentally brain dead anyway, so it ain't gonna do nothing.
So social media has given that instant gratification, so everybody is looking for that 15 minutes of fame. And so everybody's willing to do whatever they need to do in order to get that 15, whether it's complaining about, the opening to Secret Invasion. Whether there were whole groups who just were like, I'm not gonna watch a show just because the opening was done by AI. Which is ridiculous. You're not gonna give content a chance just because you're on the bandwagon that AI is bad. You probably haven't looked into any of it, probably hadn't read anything on your own, but somebody somewhere made a reel and told you that AI was bad, and so now you just hate all AI and anything to do with it, and so you're just gonna pass on something like this. And social media gives them that. Social media gives people a voice, and that's the biggest issue with how it associates with pop culture. It allows that one dude that we all knew growing up who hated everything except for the one thing he liked to tell everybody in the world that he hates something, that he hates everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Keyboard warriors.
Keyboard cowboys. Social media has allowed everybody to be a keyboard cowboy, and unfortunately, everybody want to try to be John Wayne instead of Clint Eastwood. Yeah, Al.
I mean, I want to be Clint Eastwood.
Or, or to add to what you said, just the inverse of that is allow for some people who don't know nothing about comic books to pretend and perpetrate like they know about comic books.
I said last show.
Everybody's an expert. Everybody's an expert.
I have no opinion on this because I cannot get sued anymore, bro.
But
they can come after me, X. I said it last show. Smartphones make everybody a genius.
I provide nothing but the truth and facts and the words that were spoken from said individual, but I still got threatened to be sued for slander.
For slander. And
it's just, you two simpletons.
And go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
Social media, everybody wants to be first because they think that by being first, they're gonna get famous with their comment. They think that if I'm the first, because remember on YouTube videos, you always see first, right? Exactly. First. It's the same thing. So people, and so just like with Sean, I don't interact with people. Very few people do I interact with on social media, like on Instagram. I don't get in the comments like that. I'm not going back and forth with you, keyboard cowboy, in my comments. It's not gonna happen. It's not doing. You gonna say your piece. I'm gonna heart it, and then I'm gonna keep moving because I got other things.
Pointless.
Yeah.
Right. All it takes on social media is to say one triggering comment, and then you see like 257 replies. I'm like,
let me tell you something. Matt and I went to school with a bunch of weak individuals, and then the minute they move out of state, all of a sudden they hard as fuck.
You got something to say, right?
A weak ass guy. You grew up liking everything black. You leave Georgia, now all of a sudden you hate everything black. Bitch, I remember you. You thought you were black. You thought you were damn right. You thought you were a Beastie Boy. Shut the hell up. You really thought you were House of Pain. What is that?
Snow Informer.
Informer. Yeah.
Lay your boom boom down. I don't know what he said in between that, but
boom boom down. Boom boom down. Everybody knows that part. But pop culture just lacks knowledge. I think that is the biggest issue. social media has caused pop culture, and like I always say, pop culture geeks, because they're geeks only because pop culture tells them to like what is popular right now.
Right.
There's so many people who ain't never picked up a Marvel comic. I never forget. I almost punched a dude in college because me and some friends were talking about Batman, and he walks up out the blue and is like, "Oh yeah, Batman." He put on the suit because he was afraid of bats. I ain't never wanted to punch a dude so hard in my life.
Oh my god!
Hey, I got you. Hey, Chris, I got one even better than that, man. I've told this story several times, man. When I was using Facebook.
Trash book. Just call it what it is.
Trash book. I couldn't think of it, Sean. Thank you. That's what I called it the other way. Trash book. But back when I was using Facebook, man, right at the offset of when Avengers Age of Ultron came out, there was this guy I used to work with a few years back. He wasn't a comic book fan, but he all of a sudden turned into a savant. He was an idiot savant. And he turned into a savant. So this dude gonna sit there and tell people, because he had about maybe 2,000 friends, and yeah, man, you know, he started quote stuff out of the books and stuff, and he had the nerve to say that he made two egregious errors. One was the fact that he was on there telling people in the comic books Tony Stark created Ultron, which we all know that's not true.
Right.
But he had people actually he had like 60 likes, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with these people? Like that was Henry.
Well, it was in a movie, so therefore it's correct.
But I corrected him. I turned around and corrected him, and then I actually linked Wikipedia. The second egregious thing he did, he was talking about the scene in I think it was Infinity War, where Captain America took a hit from. It had something to do with, from Thanos. He took a hit from Thanos. And he told me he was telling people that never happened in the comic book. I said, yes, it did. And
he almost slapped his head off, if I remember correctly. Man. But he backhanded the hell out of him.
Right. And I said, yeah, that did happen in the comic book. I don't know. I actually own that series. I don't know what you're referring to. Maybe it was the Ultimate series.
Maybe it was a what if.
Alternate no, it wasn't even what if.
No, I'm saying it was a what if that only he had.
Right.
It was a what if that he wrote.
Exactly. What if.
But the point I'm trying to make, the point I'm trying to make is that it gets to a point to where pop culture is intertwined with social media, but I think I see everybody's points, man. You know, the medium it can be used for good. And it could also be used for ill. And I think when it's used for ill and you have people that really don't know, that's why I'm glad we talk about stuff. That's why, I like watching shows like Silver Age Sunday, because it gives people an opportunity to see real comic book collectors. And I want to sound like I'm gatekeeping, but it gives people an opportunity to see people who really enjoy the craft, the hobby of comic books. Because I remember when Javi, I don't know where Javi is, Javi. You gotta tell him to come back to YouTube.
He's out here in the Bay, man. I gotta find him, man. I've been looking for him.
Javi need to come back to YouTube, man. Javi,
I love Javi.
Come back. Javi's a cool dude. It's a cool.
Javi's a rock star out here now, man.
He's a guitarist, isn't he?
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where, and I'm gonna give you another example. Holly and Javi had a show. I can't remember the name of the show because it's been so long. But they talked about music.
Start me up, so.
They talked about music. Man, I'm telling you, but see, that's using social media.
No, they had a talk show. You guys had a talk show too.
Yeah, I would interview. Well, then we did the
one show where they played. It's kind of like a game show.
Yeah,
man, I would be watching that show.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I get a little triggered, when they vote against my favorite artist.
Hey, that's why you had to vote, man.
That's why we got to vote. I missed that show so much, man. I missed
those shows were godsends during the
pandemic, dude. I'm telling you, and like I said, Hialeah, I was, sometimes I responded in the chat, but man, I would watch y'all religiously, man. And it's like, this is the kind of stuff that social media was meant to actually be cool. You know what I'm saying? These kind of shows, I'm not trying to blow our own horn, but just sitting and talking about real issues in terms of pop culture and comic books. This is the kind of stuff, because man, I don't want nobody blowing no smoke up my butt telling me what I want to hear just because it makes me feel good. Like, if Def Lock #1 is not worth the paper it was printed on, I don't want nobody telling me you need to go pick that book up. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. And it has to be some kind of balance when it comes down to social media. Everybody, like I said, you can voice your opinion, and you said something, Halia, that was really like poignant, man. Like, we've gotten to a point, man, where people and I'm gonna tell you something, and it's not really, I'm gonna say it's an unpopular opinion and stuff, but I feel like social media to a certain degree has actually put DC behind the 8 ball terms of their movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in certain situations, they're always going to be, Warner Brothers is always going to be, even when James Gunn takes over, Warner Brothers is always going to be in the shadow of Marvel Studios, always. Mm-hmm. And the benchmark for a lot of the movies and TV shows that come out, people are going to be like, well, they're doing another Peacemaker. Oh, they're trying to be like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Or they're doing like a Supergirl movie. Or they're trying to be like this. So that's another aspect of social media when it comes down to it. But I feel like there should be a balance when it comes down to how social media is presented. And in certain situations, like G-Man's show, it's on late sometimes. And I have to take some 12-hour energies. Much love, G-Man. I'm telling you. I love you, brother. But sometimes it's rough, man. And it's rough. But, when I'm able to jump on, I jump on. You know what I'm saying? If I'm able to sit in the chat, I'm in the chat. But see, that's the kind of stuff I feel like social media was actually meant to be, especially when it comes down to our wheelhouse in terms of comics. Met Sean through his show on social media.
I'll say this out. I was very resistant against social media because I was anti-social. Like, I only associated with family, and I didn't want to associate with nobody outside of my circle. I was like, I don't even want to talk to my coworkers. We at work, that's all we do. Hey, let me get your number. Like, hell no, I ain't trying to be your friend. I ain't trying to have you talk like that. We see each other at the job. When it's time to leave, my ass is going. Nobody, Sean, you want to come hang out?
We're not going. You're not coming to the picnic.
So I was like very anti-social in terms of that fact. So when Jace, I credit Jace for telling me, hey, just get on Instagram and show comics. I show video games, so I took the plunge, and it opened my eyes to the comic book community and how great people were. How many great people I met on Instagram before Instagram really took a nosedive over those years.
Right.
And it opened the door. I remember when I first met Hialeah, when I came down to Tampa Bay. It was because I met Steve and Jeff at MegaCon that they hit me up and say, hey, come to Tampa Bay Comic Con. And I was like, I don't know, man, but I bit the bullet and I went, and it was the greatest experience hanging out with these guys.
That con was amazing. And
ever since then, it's like, these are my brothers. I enjoy every time I hang out with them, and it's all thanks to our presence on social media and meeting them. So,
John, I was the same way. I was super apprehensive, man. My wife tells me now, look at you with all these friends, and you're gonna go meet your friends, and you're gonna go see your friends. Dude, I had no friends, dude. I had acquaintances. Now I got friends all over the world, dude. That's crazy. I'm talking to somebody in Australia. I'm talking to somebody in England. When? Look at Remo, dude. He's on the other side of the country, dude.
Right.
Get out of town.
I can't wait to come out there and visit you.
I would have never thought by being on this platform that I would do a show with somebody all the way in Austria.
It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And you make friends all over the world through social media. And there's some great people.
Yeah.
And that's where you tune out the negative and you just focus on the people
on the positive.
that loves you for what you are, and you enjoy what you're collecting.
Yeah. And you click with some people and you don't click with other people. And that's fine. You still respect them. And you don't know if you're going to click when you meet somebody, dude. When we went this weekend, I didn't expect it to kick it like that with Matt, dude. I was telling Steve within minutes, dude. He's down. I'm down with him, dude. He's good freaking people, and I knew that within minutes. You know, and then there's other people that you could tell you just don't click. You still say hi and all that. It's all good.
Cordial.
Yeah.
And you go your way. You still respect them. They're still collectors. It's just not you don't click.
But that's what social media and pop culture both are missing, is that now in today's world, if you don't agree with people, you automatically they enemy. That's how they treat everybody.
Exactly.
And that's what sucks.
Exactly.
You're muted, Al.
First off, I want to know what X is painting because I'm curious. Okay, all right. I was just wondering because the brush was going, and I was just like, okay.
Y'all heard the brush?
No, I see you.
Oh, nah, we can see you doing something.
Like, what are you painting, man? This show. I mean, the Comic Hall crew. I mean, we're about to celebrate 7 years next
7 years
July.
Next month.
On YouTube, you know.
Yeah, that's rare. Things don't last that long. That's rare.
I mean, but the thing of it is, Holly, man, we love what we do.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have a high sub count. You know, I personally, I think we should have 10,000 subscribers, but we don't. But
that's okay.
And it's fine because we still get together. We still have good conversation. We still share our comic books. And it was the social media platform that got us together. I mean, I've known Matt forever. We've actually worked together. Yes. Shout out to Boot Country.
He actually babysitted me. How dare you talk about work?
I was Matt's assistant manager at Boot Country, and his cousin was the store manager. You know, I knew X from working at Champs back in the day. Plus, he used to come.
You knew me from Doe. Cause remember, Doe worked at Champs.
But you worked at Champs too, didn't you?
I worked at Foot Action, but that was in 2000.
I could have sworn you worked up. Either way it goes.
But I used to be there because, you know, he my older brother, and I used to always go down there with him until he made me come to the arcade.
He was there so much. I thought he actually worked at the place.
Hey, well, they would have shut down for child labor laws.
You know, the arcade and stuff. But I never knew Matt collected comic books. Like, we got to talking one time, and it just was a trickle effect. You know, Matt and, you know, it was a few other guys that was part of the crew that's no longer on the, you know, active, but
right,
you know, me, Matt, and X been holding it down for the last 7 years. So, you know, and as long as we keep loving comic books, and as long as AT&T let me get on the internet without looking pixelated.
And just to throw this out there, those who aren't active, they're just not active on camera. They are very active behind the scenes in our chat groups.
Yeah. So I mean, it's social media. Like I said, it has a lot. And like I said, I always talk about Sean. Sean was like that dude, man. He started watching us, like, who is this dude, man? And look, we kicking it, you know.
And then from Sean in the Remo,
you know, Chris, I didn't meet on social media.
G-Man.
You know, we met face to face, but you know, he's still, you know, and it's like, cool, man. Holly, you're a cool dude, man. I want to hang out with you one day. I can't wait, dude. When I saw them pictures, I was hating. I hate a lot.
I was too, man.
But my hating is internal sometimes. So I'm not going to
I get it, dude.
I hate this.
It's all good. Next year we're gonna be going to the bar and hanging out.
To do it grand style,
big time next year, man.
It's like you look at those pictures. When I look at pictures like that, and I see, I'm happy for them because I know how awesome it is to be there with your buddies and meeting people you've never met. I don't get jealous. I get so happy for them, dude. And it's like, God, I can't wait till I do that again, dude. Because it's the best, man. It's the best.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. It's getting late. Let us get over to the halls because I know G-Man got to get. I think is G-Man doing the show tonight?
Yeah,
he's doing the show. Yeah, I know it's getting a little late.
He's got a special announcement too.
Okay.
And what's up with G-Man? G-Man's one of them dudes, man. He's
another one.
Don't know?
He's a soldier.
Yeah.
I thought I told you. I go first.
I'll say he's going first because he knows Matt going to close out.
Hey, Sean.
I'll go after you because I gotta jump off. So
for the most part, man, it's a losing battle when Matt got comic books because he got the
Matt be trying to stun on us.
Right. And you know, he got like the first draft of the 10 Commandments and stuff. So you know,
on Papyrus, huh?
Right. First, these are new books. Now I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna probably curve my my new books down. I know it's gonna be rough, but I actually started a bank account about after the day after I talked to Matt about Heroes Con. It's the savings account, man. That I'm dead serious, bro. I'm putting money aside, man, because you know I want to be a baller, a shot caller when I go to Heroes Con.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. So, but these are new books. These are on my pull list. So,
I'm hearing good stuff about all those titles you're bringing up.
Man, you know I'm a huge X-Men fan, so I still have to keep reading them. But that's it for me, man.
All right, Remo.
I'm gonna start off with some stuff I had got when I went to Short Box. I don't think I've ever really showed it, but I was able to get some quick sketches from Maria the Wolf. This is her first time drawing Moon Girl.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
She wants to do Moon Girl, so I think she's gonna. We trying to talk Ant into getting her own copy at Bird City. So
that's cool.
She did that, and then she did. That's what's her name? I'm sorry. I had her. Yeah,
Danielle Moonstar.
Yeah, and then this is one of her prints.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's dope.
Dude,
that's a Predator, ain't it?
That's Predator. Like the Predator.
Yep, Predator.
They're like the Predator and Kotal Khan mixed together.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, and then she had some of her little some of her covers. I bought like a one in. She had one of this cover was like limited to like 350 copies. I got one. I gave it to my wife, and then I always liked this cover. She did that one.
Yeah, I like that.
And then this was like a sticker I had her throw in, so I put the sticker inside of there too.
Is that an ash can?
No, these are just little prints. They're mini. She had prints for sale, and then these
gotcha.
smaller, like postcard size.
Yeah, those are nice.
But speaking of ash can, I ran into your boy, and he hit me off with this. So this is the ash can for Isolation from Reggie Collects. So yeah, I ran into Mark Bode, who is the son of Vaughn Bode, and this is a book that his dad had published in. I think it was 86 when he put it out. 84. And this is original, so that you can only get. He only has a few left, but these were from back then. He doesn't reprint them, so these are the last of them. But his son Mark signed it for me. But it has all the artwork. It's all the old, Cheech Wizard stuff. And this was a coloring book that he had. So it has all the different characters,
Nice.
about him. So
You know what that reminds me of? Y'all know the guy named Ralph Bakshi?
Yeah, the animation stuff.
Yeah, he did like Coonskin and
Iron Ice and
yeah.
That's who this is. Yeah, he did all. This is from Heavy Metal and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, his dad did it, but then he draws like his dad, so it's almost like a Ramita Jr. type of thing.
Yeah. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. So then I picked this up from Ninth Wonder for like $20.
Ooh, wow. I've been looking for that.
And then this was another one from Ninth. This was Moon Girl number 28.
Remo, he was at one of the creators of Bitterroot was at Heroes Con last week.
See, and that's the thing, man. What's his name? Sanford Green actually lives down the street from Comics Man, so like they go to the same LCS and shit. So sometimes he comes on the show, but yeah, no, Sanford Green is, and then Chuck Brown is, I think, is the writer. Yeah, I want to get
Chuck Brown was there. Chuck,
yeah. I got this for like $1. This first issue of Angela. This was Well, I'll go back. These are the books that were from that dollar store when I got the other one. So I got this for $1. I just grabbed it because it looked interesting. It was foil, so I was like, let me grab that.
Low pop.
That Moon Girl 28 was super hot a few years ago.
Yeah. This was also in that dollar bin.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
on the leg. It's
Goro.
And this,
Oh,
I don't know what this is, but it was in there, so I grabbed it.
That was actually a GameStop. I got that. It was when the game came out, which that game is terrible. But
We go back because this one here they had the whole run. I just grabbed the first issue. I just thought the cover was dope. Never had heard of it.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Walter Washington, yeah.
Yeah.
Frank Miller.
And this is in like perfect condition, man.
That's a cool ass cover.
This one I grabbed. Shout out to Brian McClay. He had it on his show. I just went and grabbed it because I seen one. So
Nice.
G.I. Joe.
You told him to send it to you.
And I showed this one for $1.
You know,
This
at one
book.
point-
Well, say that again. Go ahead.
I was gonna say at one point they had Option Macross as a movie, but
Well, I think that was why it was hot. But for me, I grew up on that. So
yeah.
whether it has spec availability or not, I would have jumped at that book. So this one came in the mail right now. I just grabbed it.
Hey, I got a question for you. You building a bomb or something with that the stuff on that sign over there to you?
That was my
plutonium. That plutonium over there.
So here's the thing: my daughter's like, she's really into art. This is her science project.
Oh, okay.
But look at the characters, man. She draws.
Damn, that's good.
Nice.
Remo, how old is she again?
She's 10.
A fat boy bomb.
Right?
Nice.
And I'm like, shit, okay. I'm putting that up. So
Looks like she drew an inspiration from anime.
It's a one-on-one variant.
No, that's what she's totally into that. Like she has she draws that stuff like crazy. Like she always just draws little pictures for me.
Back to the Future inspired, the
This one was
plutonium.
on my desk. This was on my desk just a minute ago, or a couple weeks ago. So
One-on-one variant, baby.
So I grabbed these. These were so that one I showed you, that G.I. Joe, those were like retailer incentive copies. So they're like 1 in 10s. And then
Hey, you stopped your camera, man.
Camera went off.
Oops, sorry. Hold on 1 second. Like I said, these just came in the mail, so I'm just
Thank you for that, Donnie, man.
Hey,
Have a good
Donnie.
one, sir.
There you go.
these were like incentives too. These were like the Snake Eyes cover. So
Very nice.
Those are very cool.
Yeah, like the color palette.
yeah, so I just grabbed them. They're wraparound covers. Now this book I'm guilty of because this is a book that I had when I was a kid, and I remember it being like ultra violent and stuff. So I was like, let me find that book. I searched and I couldn't remember the name of it, and then I figured somebody sent me a link and was like, look for it on here, and I found it. So I went on eBay and cleared off all the copies. It's called Savage Ninja. And I remember buying this book off the rack when I was a kid. And it was all super violent and shit. But then when I read the book, I'm like, this shit ain't shit. So I got like 5 or 6 copies.
Oh my god.
I'm guilty. Well, they were cheap, so I was like, let me make sure I got them. And then, if anything ever happens, which probably won't, but I'm sure I can make it happen if I need to. But yeah, so that's it.
All right.
Nice home, man.
Awesome. All right, so I got a couple of things. I picked up Black Panther #1, and I also got the variant that I posted on the Comic Con Crew page.
Oh man, I wanted that one. I couldn't find it.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I read it, and it's pretty interesting. I had no knowledge of the previous run, but I know it had a lot of mixed reviews and mixed opinions on it. So I went into this not knowing much, but they did enough to fill in the backstory, so it was pretty interesting. I'll probably stick around for it. Victory #1. They spinning out the Vampirella series. They didn't have the cover that I wanted, but I'll probably get that somewhere else. Static Annual.
Ah.
That
You know, Anansi got a book. Did you pick that up, Sean?
What was that?
Anansi, that spider guy, he's got a book.
Mm-hmm.
I'm spidered out, so I ain't picking up.
Dude, that's a great cover there, Sean.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you for this, Mothman. Sarah Fazeta's been hyping the book up, so I'm looking forward to reading it. Saga 65. Jesus.
Iron Cat. Have you been reading that, Sean?
I need to read the last couple of issues. It feels like it's been so inconsistent with how it comes out.
Is it good? Is it consistent with the first 50, 54? Or
I mean, I don't think anything could be as great as those first, like the first big trade, but it's still enjoyable. I still enjoy the story. Then these are 2 facsimiles I picked up. My shop still had them, so I grabbed them.
Yeah, definitely.
Avengers,
Nice.
and of course,
Nice.
Gwen Stacy. Then I just want to show he couldn't make the show tonight, but shout out to Rico. He sent me the AOK. I clipped it from the show with BB, the Truth series.
Nice.
Cool.
Got me the whole run, as he said.
The truth should set you free.
Good stuff.
And you know, it's a really good story. You know, I like what Bronze Age Byron said, that it's like his story and Luke Cage's story is almost similar to how they got their powers. But still, it was a captivating read. And then he also sent a couple of extra books that I'll get to right here. Night Thrash.
Be $1 million in 2 years.
Peter Parker Spider-Man and Justice Society of America.
That look like Vin Rames.
It is.
Shit.
Yeah,
Sure is him.
Wow.
yeah.
We have the meats.
And then last but not least, I saw this on eBay and I posted it in the group chat, but for the price I sold for $40, slab 8.0 first appearance, I had to snatch it up. Black Panther #2.
Nice. That's a good buy, man. Definitely.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. Where's it at, Al? We got to bring it back 2 times tonight. 2 times tonight.
Okay.
And what do you say, Matt? Midnight Marauder deal. You
That's it.
scour eBay at night when nobody's looking, and you find something like this.
Yep.
And
All right.
home.
Hialeah.
All right, so I'll go real quick through my haul. I'll go real quick. This is all from Heroes Con. I got Batman: The Dark Knight Returns #3. I needed this. It's the only one I was missing in the 4.
Mint condition too, man.
Yeah, these are all really freaking nice. I didn't have any Dave Stevens, and this is the one I really wanted, and I came across it. So it's the Johnny Quest one. So now I got a Dave Stevens, and I love me some Johnny Quest.
Nice.
I got that along with the first Wendigo. Got this. This is really nice. I got this. First High Evolution. No, not High Evolution. Living Tribunal. That's what it is.
Ah, yes.
Strange 157.
It's in great shape, man.
Yeah, man. These. Dude,
That is immaculate.
I got this from the guy that runs Heroes Con. I got it from his booth.
Okay, well, heroes are hard to find.
Yeah, heroes aren't hard to find. Dude, great guy, dude. This one, man, I got it from Bonafide Comics, Andy. and I was just looking at the book. It was on my radar, dude. But he took off. He gave me 50% off, man. I was like, yes, it's the first first Prowler.
Nice.
Dude, he was like, dude, that Bonafide Comics, bro. Andy, those guys are amazing people, man. I showed the Batman earlier. Freaking first Raw Red Bull. I was looking. This is like the Iron Man I didn't get, but I was looking for. This was on my radar. This book I was really going after, and this one, dude. I got this from Shortbox. I got it a little bit under FMB. I just wanted the book, man. I wasn't, and it's the First Watcher. FF13, dude, and
nice.
Couldn't be happier. Heroes Con, guys, let's make it happen if you can. I'm gonna be there. I know Steve's gonna do his best to be there, and hopefully, if you can go, amazing con. And thank you so much for the invite tonight, man. This has been a ton of fun, bro. Thank you.
Hey, man, you know you're always welcome over here, brother.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna start things off with some artwork here. I picked this beauty up.
Whoa.
To show.
Oh yeah, man, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it framed. Nice.
Yeah, I framed it. Yeah.
Speed Racer.
That one. And then we've got this beauty right here.
Nice.
Dude, that is freaking nice. Who did that? Do you know who did that?
Got the fella's name, man.
Oh, that is nice.
I forgot the fella's name, but he was really cool, man. So
I see them cheekbones. He's so happy about that.
So I've got a couple of books here that I'm going to show. I'm not going to show everything because I'm going to do a haul video, but I did pick out some of the highlights. First book I bought at the show was Black Man #1.
Wow.
Harley Yee, man, hooked me up on this one, man. This book goes for silly money on eBay. But
what year is that from?
81. I checked. This is 1981.
Wow.
Yeah. It came out in 81. Also, I picked this up as well. This is a very hard to find issue of House of Mystery. House of Mystery number 34. This one doesn't pop up too often. If you're ever digging in the box and you see this, grab it. It's pretty tough to come by.
Man, you know your books, bro. I was so impressed with watching you, man.
I appreciate that, brother. So these next four books,
It's actually scary watching him.
It is, man. It's like shit, dude. I don't know nothing, dude. He's on a whole different level.
So this next book is Crown Comics. This is actually can be pretty pricey. This book actually has the stoning of Native Americans in it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is from the 1940, I think 45 or something like that. I can't quite remember.
And you found that in a box or on the wall?
That was actually all these books I'm showing for right now all came out of boxes, long boxes.
Wow, that's crazy, dude.
This actually is one of the hardest issues to find of Crown Comics. It's actually a 7 in the Gerber rating, so that means it's almost non-existent. I pulled this out of a box.
Bro, like they threw him down on that cover, man.
Yep. And that one. We got another Crown Comics. Y'all notice the pattern. I'm picking up Crown Comics when I see them. That kind of tells you a little bit how tough they are to come by, especially the early issues. And we got another Crown Comics as well. So I got a few slabs here that I got from the show. Some Hialeah has not seen.
No, I haven't seen these.
We got
wow.
Wings Comics number 91.
What grade is that?
It's a 1.5.
Oh man, looks nice.
It presents well for a 1.5.
It looks beautiful for a 1.5, definitely.
We have Nellie the Nurse number 10.
That is cool as hell.
3-5.
Dude,
And then one of my favorite the book that I was telling y'all about earlier that I pulled out of the box and the guy told me I need to go ahead and get it. And I did, man, because I had been looking for this. It's a Ghost number 2.
Nice.
This one could be pretty pricey at times.
is that the first time you've seen that book, or you in
Life,
person?
Yeah, in real life, yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
you
you have-
needed to take it then.
Don't you have like a homage cover to that or something? I could have sworn I seen you with a cover that was very similar to that.
Not that one.
This probably is a cover that's similar.
And then the last book I'm gonna show tonight, but this is definitely not the only slab. I've got quite a few there. But like I said, I'm gonna do a haul video.
I ain't gonna say that's definitely not the only slab when you just showed like 5 slabs.
I've got some stuff coming back from CGC that I definitely want to show. So I'm kind of trying to be patient with those. But this is Lucky number 5, and I checked the census, and I want to say it was only 9 of these, and the last one sold in 2009.
Wow.
So,
Yo, what the hell that shit holding down there, man? Shit.
And you got that at the con?
At the con, man. I got it from I'm trying to think who that dude was, man. It's a young cat, man. I can't remember. Did you buy something from me and y'all knew each other or what have you? But I ended up buying this book from this guy. I'd have to I had to point him out to you and go, yeah, this him.
Dude, I can't imagine what you're gonna get next year, knowing what you're walking into, man. Honest.
Yeah. Now that I know what's there, and I've already started my savings for next year, so yeah, it do a whole lot.
Now I understand why you got that short window of coming down here because of that TV job you got.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. So that is it. That is it.
It's nuts, dude. I
So-
can't wait to see what you get next year.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting on the other stuff to come back from CGC. Once that gets here, then I'll do a proper haul video. But I definitely want to show those books, man. One of those books is absolutely massive. Massive book. Grail status type stuff. I mean, massive. Yeah. You saw the dude's reaction when I was showing him the picture. The dude said, "Oh, shit."
Yeah.
Shit. So,
Look
yeah,
forward
man.
to y'all discussing more tomorrow on Survey Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep. So tomorrow we'll be over on Hialeah's with 7 8 Sundays. We'll be talking about Heroes Con and the mythos that it was. Ladies and gentlemen, want to say thank you for hanging in there with us, Hialeah. As always, you're always welcome over here, man. Our door is always open, man.
It was a blast.
Yep. Chris, what you got coming up on Outcast United, brother?
We got a couple episodes of the podcast coming. Monday I'm doing a live. We started doing Mech Monday, where we go over and kind of do a spotlight on different robots and mechs from Transformers to Micros and stuff like that. And so I'll be talking about that on Monday and doing a live build of the Lego Optimus Prime set.
Nice. Hialeah, what you got going on outside of Silver 8 Sundays, man?
That's about it, man. I don't got too much on my channel. I've been jumping on others, and I've been watching. I've taken a step back, man. A total step back. I was on way too much, and it's just too much work, man. It was.
Now you see
I'm picking my spots.
Now you see why we take 2 weeks off.
Yeah, dude, totally agree with you.
All right, Puff, what you got coming up? What you and BB reviewing next week?
Well, we haven't come up with what we want to talk this coming Friday, but I know the Friday after that we're gonna do a double feature, and we're revisiting one movie and then talking about another one for the first time on the channel, and we're gonna do Enter the Dragon and The Last Dragon.
Oh man,
Dynamite!
And if anybody wants
I like
to
the
join in on
segue.
that,
I wish I might take my lunch just so I could join in for a second.
Bruh, man, we got, man.
Direct to your pizza. The
Stanley Green's Pizza.
Man, that Enter the Dragon, bro. That is like
Yeah, because VV shared the Last Dragon clip, and I was like, oh man, let's go ahead and talk Last Dragon again. And he said, well, we could do it and talk Enter the Dragon too with it. So I was like, fuck, I'm sold.
So, yeah.
Bruce told his pupil, never take your eye off an opponent, even when you bow.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you
right there.
Thank you for joining. Go ahead, Al. Go ahead.
You didn't ask me what I was doing.
What are you doing, Al?
Hey man, I'm gonna be saving up money for Heroes Con. That's what I'm gonna be doing.
Hey, brother. Hey, I'm telling you, start now, man. Everybody, I'm telling you, Holly will back me up on it. Start now, and you can pretty much get whatever you want. Please, please. I know it's hard. It's gonna be like hard, man. But I'm telling you, it's gonna be worth it. Trust me, worth it.
It ain't gonna be hard for me to save now.
No, yeah, you're gonna be able to stack it up now. Show enough now, boy. Just redirect that. Hey, X, just redirect all that to a savings account.
Right.
X gonna have a pimp. He gonna be walking up in there with a pimp cane.
X walking out with Tech 27. he walking out with
who you want, it'll be there.
Yeah.
And maybe quite a few of them. So.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all make sure y'all head on over to the G Spot, the comic book G Spot with G Man, and check him out. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be banging as usual over there. We appreciate you, G, for all the love that you show us, man. You're truly appreciated, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Steve Whiten, if you're still in the building, man, look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Good to see you in the chat tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out. Peace.